Am I audible? Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us in today's webinar, which has been organized by Digital Accounting and Assurance Board. As we all are aware, AI stands as a crucial topic in today's landscape, so it is very important for all of us to know about its opportunities as well as its threats and its uses. Our today's webinar will be conducted in two sessions. So let's start with the first session. This session will be taken up by CA Rohit Pradhan, who is an experienced and dedicated educator with more than 12 years of teaching experience. He also specializes in offering tax guidance to startups and non-profit organizations. Apart from this, he is also a captivating social story writer and a social advocate. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Amir. So thank you so much, the committee also, and for inviting me for this topic. The topic is actually emerging right now. It is not, we cannot say that it is, we are on the peak on this AI. Yes, like, but what we can do with this AI. So I will start my presentation. So I'm sharing the screen, just check it out. It's visible or not. This, Amrit, let me know if you can see the screen or not.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
It's visible. You can see the presentation.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So the thing is, AI is the threat or the opportunity. So why I'm saying that, everybody is saying that when AI comes into the market, and there are so many people are losing their jobs and all. But what I say, as per me, this is the opportunity. Why so? Because when things comes into the market, they have some, pro and cons both. Cons means if you are in the tech part, when you are not able to learn the things, you are not evolving yourself with the technology, then you will fall behind. So you have to, what you have to do, you have to chase and continue with this uh, things. So what AI is, the AI is basically artificial intelligence. It's related to the human also. So what we can say in the Hindi, this is called Pragya Chakshu, right? This Pragya Chakshu means artificial intelligence, right? So when we talk about that, it's a sixth sense. So what AI do? AI collect the data, and it is not a new concept. For example, if I talk about the Google Translator, in the Google Translator, when you say Google, this is uh, the Hindi language, and you convert this into Greek or in the Russian language, it automatically do your job. Why it's so? Because it's AI. AI means they have its own brain, and now what they are doing, they are generating new things also. Earlier, they are not generating new things. They get the data from the libraries and uh, present you as you required. But now they generating the new things also. And after the ChatGPT and OpenAI, when they work on this and uh, they make available for each and everyone, and you can see drastic changes into this AI field. So what in the terms of the AI, the artificial intelligence is nothing like you can. I will just give you a simple example. When you talk about Alexa, what Alexa does. So, for example, I will explain to the process of the Alexa. You say, Alexa, play a song of Shah Rukh Khan from 1990s movie, correct? So first, the Alexa understand what you are saying, then it's convert into the machine language, then it go to the library, then check out the database. In the database, he search for the year, search for the person, then he search for a song, which would be might be in Hindi because you are in the region which is Hindi, because when you are speaking with the Alexa, they have the location of your location. They have the library have your location. So what he play the Shah Rukh Khan song, and this process comes into the result will come into the seconds. So this is the process. The process is too long, but because of the AI, because of the understanding, because of the big data, because of the learning, and the machine learning is the main part in the AI. When we talk about the AI, it cannot happen without machine learning. It means when what we are doing in the past 10 or 20 years, when we are putting the things into the putting the things on the internet, right? For example, I am sharing my photographs, I am sharing my documents, I am sharing blogs, I am writing something, I am generating PDFs from the email, we are compressing something, we are there are so many things we are doing with this AI. Matlab we with this internet, when we doing the internet is the open source right now, because things are available openly. We cannot say this is private and these things are not available. So this available might be sometimes it's not available for you, but it's available for other person also. It means things are on the internet. If something on the internet, you can easily retrieve the things as per your requirement. So this is called how things are going on, and now it's available for each and everyone. That's why the things change. So the how AI works, this is very important part here. So data ingestion means when there is a data. Give me a second. Mm, yes, ingestion means there is a data, and you have to ask something from the data. So there's a when you say something, there's a pattern recognition. Pattern recognition means what you are asking. They go into that, recognize your pattern. Then there is a learning process. Learning process means when we go with the database, then machine is learned time to time. And for example, for there's a deep learning now. Earlier there is a machine learning, and machine learning subset with the deep learning. Deep learning means when the next class the Manish sir will be there. He will explain more about the deep learning and the machine learning. I'm just giving you just a gist. So the deep learning means there is so much they can process too much of data now. It means then there is a, for example, earlier they are not capable to process too much data, but now the machines are capable to easily capable to process a big data. Correct. This is called deep learning. Then the decision making they because there is a statistics process behind the algorithm. So that from this statistical process, they will easily predict the things and taking decisions. Correct. And continuous improvement. It is, for example, if I am giving a prompt, prompting means when you go with the chat GPT and there is a prompting. Prompting means how you use your chat GPT. You give him a instruction and he will revert you. In this process, this continuous improvement. Continuous improvement means they are continuously improving day by day, day by day, day by day, and they are also learning from you also. When I ask something from my chat GPT, it is, might be the result is different. When you are asking chat GPT, result is different. After some time, there is no long prompt task required because they are also learning, and might be in your case because you are new in this field. So it will take time to recognize your pattern. Correct. So this is continuous improvement is there. Now there is a small video here. If there is a no sound, then let me know. Amrit, are you getting the voice now from the video?
Yes, sir.
All right. Testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it Yazi?
Yazi is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is a high-level tone.
Oh, okay.
The duck is in the middle of the ocean. There is no land nearby for the duck to rest or find food. It is unlikely to find ducks here naturally.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea. Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Clue 2. This country loves football and has won the most men's World Cups in football history.
Hmm.
You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth, a dog.
Sweet.
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has disappeared. Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie. Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy. They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults alike for many years.
Give me some ideas for what I could make with this.
I see pink and green yarn. How about a dragon fruit? Or how about a green cake with a pink heart?
Okay, how about these colors? And maybe show me some animals.
Okay, now I see blue and pink yarn. How about a pig with blue ears? Or an octopus? Or a bunny with a pink nose?
Ooh, I'll keep those in mind. Which way should the duck go?
Going left leads to a duck, which is a friend. Going right leads to a bear, which is a foe. It is better to make friends than foes, so the duck should go left.
Smart choice.
This is a picture of a crab.
That's right. Is this the right order?
No, the correct order is Sun, Earth, Saturn.
Based on their design, which of these would go faster?
The car on the right would be faster. It is more aerodynamic.
Which looks more fun?
The one on the right, because it has a loop.
What do you think this person might be saying?
How about a woohoo?
Ooh, I love that.
I see you're drawing a guitar. You've added an amp. Now it's an electric guitar. We can make some seriously loud music now. Given that you added drums, how about some 80s hair metal? All right, I see you've added a palm tree to the drawing. Change it up with some beachy vibes.
What movie are they acting out here?
I think they are acting out the famous bullet time scene from The Matrix.
Ooh, nice. What do you think might happen next?
The cat is going to jump to the wall and stick the landing. It's going to be a perfect 10. Oh, and it's a miss. It looks like it was just a little too far away, but don't worry. The cat is a natural athlete and it will be back up there in no time.
Okay, I've got one more for you. Describe the drawing I made.
It is a simple line drawing of the constellation Gemini. You did a good job of capturing the beauty of Gemini.
Nice. That's it. I think we're done.
So as you see, this is called Google Gemini. अभी around 2-3 days back Gemini launch हुआ और Gemini ने क्या किया कि अभी मार्केट में एकदम इवोल्यूशन इसलिए आया बिकॉज Gemini की वजह से अभी मार्केट में ऐसा बहुत बड़ा चैनलाइज पार्ट था जो अभी प्रॉम्प्टिंग से लेकर के इमेजिनेशन पे चले गए हैं. नाउ द थिंग्स कैन इजीली आइडेंटिफाइड. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं एग्जांपल आपको दूं, अगर आपका फोटोग्राफ अगर हम किसी को डिस्क्राइब कर दें और उस फोटोग्राफ को अगर हमने किसी भी जीपीटी को पढ़ा दिया या किसी भी एआई टूल को पढ़ा दिया तो यू कैन इजीली आइडेंटिफाई कि आपका लिंक्डइन पे क्या प्रोफाइल है, इंस्टाग्राम पे क्या प्रोफाइल है, व्हाट यू आर डूइंग इन अदर एरिया ऑल्सो इन द गूगल, क्या क्या आपसे इमेज से रिलेटेड क्या क्या उसके पास अवेलेबल डेटा है. बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल ऑन द मार्केट प्लेस. हमको लगता है कि ना फेसबुक पे डेटा डाला है, इंस्टाग्राम पे डेटा डाला है तो किसी को नहीं पता चलेगा, ऐसा लगता है हमको, या हमारे साथ प्राइवेसी में है, या स्नैपचैट हम यूज़ करते तो डेटा प्राइवेसी में, ऐसा नहीं होता. थिंग्स आर एक्चुअली डेटा इज, जैसे सबने कहा होगा, तो आपने देखा भी होगा, बहुत लोग बोलते हैं द न्यू सोर्स न्यू फ्यूल, डेटा इज द न्यू फ्यूल। एक्चुअली इसलिए ऐसा बोला जाता था बिकॉज नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट डेटा साइंस, earlier we are talking about data analysis, now it's the convert to data science, and data science includes AI also। statistics डेटा को AI पे लेकर के और उसको उस डेटाबेस से हम क्या क्या और जनरेट कर सकते थे जो हमने कभी जनरेट नहीं किया था, अब उस डेटाबेस को यूज करके हम लोग बहुत कुछ जनरेट कर सकते हैं और फ्यूचर प्रिडिक्शन लगा सकते हैं, राइट। सो this is called Gemini. There are some glossary about the AI. This is LLM, deep learning, जो I already told you about deep learning and machine learning. These things are also this is natural language means इसका मैं आपको थोड़ा neutral language और neutral language because is related to neurons। जैसे हमारे neurons होते हैं वैसे ही ना न्यूट्रल लैंग्वेज होती है, न्यूट्रल नेटवर्क्स होते हैं, वहाँ पे नोट्स होते हैं, उन नोट्स के ऊपर ये लोग काम करते हैं। इसका पूरा डिटेल जो है वो भी मनीष सर जब नेक्स्ट सेशन में आएंगे वो आपको और डिटेल में बता देंगे, बिकॉज ये पार्ट हमने डिसाइड किया कि वो उससे वो बिकॉज वो टेक्निकल पार्ट है बहुत ज़्यादा, तो वो आप वो एक्सप्लेन करेंगे आपको उसमें ना। हम यूज़ केस पे चलते हैं कि जब हम लोग चैट जीपीटी यूज़ करेंगे, हम जब चैट जीपीटी पे जाते हैं तो हमको क्या ध्यान रखना है और हम लोग उसको कैसे यूज़ कर सकते हैं हमारे प्रोफेशन में, राइट। तो व्हाट इज चैट जीपीटी? चैट जीपीटी मीन्स इज जनरेटिव प्री ट्रेन्ड ट्रांसफॉर्मर। ट्रांसफॉर्मर मीन्स होता है कि हम जब इनपुट डालते हैं वो ट्रांसफॉर्म होता है और चेंज होकर आउटपुट पे कन्वर्ट होता है। द थिंग इज जनरेटिव। जनरेटिव अर्लियर दिस इज नॉट जनरेटिव। जनरेटिव मतलब अब वो अपना कुछ नया जनरेट कर सकता है, अर्लियर इज नॉट जनरेटिव। तो जब एआई सब चले जा रहा था तब तक वो जनरेटिव नहीं हो रहा था, मतलब वो क्या कर रहा था कि जो आपने इन्फॉर्मेशन दी उसको डेटाबेस में ढूंढ के और आपको निकाल के देता था। सेंसर आज से नहीं चल रहे, सेंसर बहुत साल से चल रहे हैं, गूगल बहुत साल चल रहा है। 2006 अराउंड गूगल ट्रांसलेट लॉन्च हुआ था, 2006 से लेकर अब तक उसने एआई को यूज़ किया है, करेक्ट। और उसके बाद में हमने और भी चीज़ें देखी है। अगर आप बहुत सिंपल एलेक्सा जैसे हम देखते हैं उसमें जो आप यूज़ करते हो वो एआई है। ऐसे बहुत जगह एआई आ चुकी थी, बहुत इजीली वो काम कर भी रही थी और एआई बहुत पहले से। बट मशीन लर्निंग और डीप लर्निंग पहले नहीं था, इसकी वजह से मशीन लर्निंग से एआई बना। पर डीप लर्निंग आने से क्या हुआ, डेटाबेस एक्सेसिबल हो गया। पिछले 20 सालों में जो डेटा हमने जनरेट करके दिया, उस डेटा जनरेट करने के बाद उन्होंने अपने हिसाब से उसको इस तरह से फॉर्मुलेट किया कि आज हमें वो चीज़ें इन्फॉर्मेशन दे सकते हैं। मतलब अगर आप चैट जीपीटी को अगर यूज़ करते हैं, अगर आप डिजाइनर है, थोड़े भी डिजाइनिंग करना आपको अच्छा लगता है, तो गो विद मिड जर्नी। मिड जर्नी इज ऑल्सो लाइक एआई मॉडल है इमेज जनरेशन करने के लिए। सो इट्स गो विद द डिस्कॉर्ड। तो डिस्कॉर्ड जैसे आपने कभी इंस्टाग्राम देखा होगा, वैसे डिस्कॉर्ड एक, अगर आपने नहीं देखा तो आप एक बार देख लीजिएगा। डिस्कॉर्ड क्या होता है, बेसिकली कम्युनिटी ग्रुप है, जैसे इंस्टाग्राम चलता है, फेसबुक चलता है, देयर सो मेनी टेकी पीपल आर देयर, और वहाँ पे डिस्कशंस होते हैं, उनके चैनल्स होते हैं, तो उनमें अंदर वो प्रॉम्प्टिंग कर सकते हो आप। डिस्कॉर्ड पे जाकर के मिड जर्नी चलाते हैं हम लोग, तो उसमें जाके आपको पहले लॉगिन करना है, उसके बाद उसको प्रॉम्प्ट करना है। तो मिड जर्नी जो इमेजेस बना के देगा दे आर एक्चुअली जनरेटिव, वो अपने दिमाग से भी बना रहा है वो इमेजेस को। हम इसका एग्जाम्पल देखेंगे अभी, नॉट मिड जर्नी बट हमारे पास और भी टूल है, उसको हम देख करके इसको कंप्लीट करेंगे, राइट। अभी हम देखते हैं कि चैट जीपीटी काम कैसे करता है। सबसे पहले इनपुट प्रोसेसिंग, मतलब पहले आपको इनपुट जो आपने डाला उसको प्रोसेस करेगा, फिर उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट को अंडरस्टैंड करता है कि आप क्या चाह रहे हो। अंडरस्टैंडिंग आप पे भी डिपेंड करती है, जब आप काम करते रहते हो तो आज आपका रेस्पॉन्स है ना वो इस अंडरस्टैंडिंग पे डेवलप होता है। जब आप आउटपुट उससे लेने वाले हो, उस आउटपुट पे क्या होने वाला है कि वो अपना भी उसमें ब्रेन लगाएगा और उसको नया बना के देगा। लेकिन जब जब आपने उसको प्रॉम्प्ट दिया है तब तक उसने अंडरस्टैंड किया कि आप किस तरह का प्रॉम्प्ट देने देते हो। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं आपको भी एक प्रॉम्प्टिंग दिखाऊंगा जिसके अंदर आपको सिर्फ यस नो पे काम करना है, उसके बावजूद भी आपको प्रॉम्प्ट जनरेट होकर आने लगेगा। मतलब एक लेवल के बाद क्या होता है और ये क्या है कि एग्जैक्टली ऐसा होता है कि जैसे आपने एक बार प्रॉम्प्ट दिया, उसने कुछ आंसर किया, फिर आपने दोबारा प्रॉम्प्ट दिया, उससे आंसर किया, वो एक है ना वो चेन है पूरी। बीच में अगर आप उसको तोड़ेंगे नहीं तो वो आपको बिल्कुल समझ जाएगा और आप जो जो उस आंसर मांगते रहेंगे कंटिन्यूस आंसर देगा। आज कल परसों आप जब भी उस पर बैठेंगे यू कैन इजीली ड्रॉ रिजल्ट्स विद द चैट जीपीटी। बट जैसे जैसे आप उसको यूज करते जाएंगे आपकी प्रॉम्प्टिंग को समझ के वो काम करता रहेगा। रेस्पॉन्स डिपेंड ऑन योर इनपुट। तो कंप्यूटर में एक बहुत अच्छा एक कॉन्सेप्ट है जो हम छोटे थे तभी पढ़ा करते थे, दिस इज कॉल्ड GIGO, गार्बेज इन गार्बेज आउट। अब तक जो हम डेटा डाल रहे थे वो गार्बेज की तरह जाता था और इसलिए हमको रिजल्ट नहीं आता था। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई टॉक अबाउट टैली और आई टॉक अबाउट अकाउंटिंग प्रोसेस, तो दिस इज नॉट फार कि हम लोग को है ना सब कुछ एकदम बना बनाया मिलेगा। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द एंट्रीज, तो अगर आप अपने फोन के अंदर देखेंगे, तो अगर आप पेटीएम पे जाएंगे, अगर आप ICICI बैंक के ऐप पे जाएंगे, किसी बैंक ऐप पे या क्रेडिट कार्ड के ऐप पे या क्रेडिट पे, आप किसी भी चले जाइए, देर इज अ स्पेंड एनालाइजर। करेक्ट, स्पेंड एनालाइजर मतलब होता है कि आपने क्या स्पेंड किया, वो कौन सी कैटेगरी में स्पेंड हुआ, ये उसको कैसे पता लगा। द सिंपल थिंग इज कि जब भी आप कोई पेमेंट करते हैं तो जिस यूजर को आपने पेमेंट किया है उसने एक अपना बिजनेस आईडी बनाया है, उस बिजनेस आईडी में उसने कैटेगरी डिफाइन की है। वंस ही डिफाइन द कैटेगरी, तो ये पता लगा कि ये ना ये वेजिटेबल है या ग्रोसरी है या ये फ्यूल है या ये फूड है, रेस्टोरेंट बिल है, ये सब उसको पता लगता है। इस तरह से जब आप पेमेंट करते हैं तो उसकी कैटेगरी जब आपने स्कैन किया तो वो कैटेगरी डिफाइन हो गई, और कैटेगरी डिफाइन होकर आपको पता लग गया कि इसने फूड पे इतना खर्चा किया है, क्लोथिंग पे इतना खर्चा किया है, इसने ग्रॉसरी पे इतना खर्चा किया है, वो अपना स्पेंड लाइन से बना के देता है। कुछ रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है, देर इज नो अकाउंटिंग, सिंपली हमने स्कैन किया और पेमेंट किया, स्टिल दे नो कि हमारे क्या चल रहा है। देर इज अ कंपनी कॉल्ड क्रेड, आपने क्रेड का नाम सुना होगा। द क्रेड इज वेरी फेमस कंपनी, और दे आर डूइंग, वो क्या करते हैं कि आपका जो भी मेल है उस मेल को पूरा एक्सेस करते हैं। जब हम क्रेडिट को ऐप डाउनलोड करते हैं तो वेरी आपको बहुत एक है ना फिशी चीज़ दिखेगी उसमें। जब आप अपना क्रेडिट कार्ड या अपना बैंक स्टेटमेंट डाउनलोड करेंगे, देर इज अ पासवर्ड रिक्वायर्ड टू ओपनिंग दिस दैट डॉक्यूमेंट। बट इन केस ऑफ द क्रेडिट, व्हेन आपने परमिशन दे दी है लेकिन उसके पास आपका आउटस्टैंडिंग बैलेंस मिलता है, हाउ इट्स पॉसिबल, ये फिशी है। तो व्हाट क्रेडिट आस्किंग और जीमेल डिटेल्स कि इसके टर्म्स कंडीशन आप पढ़ेंगे तो पहले होता था कि आपके मेल्स हमें वो बैंक से रिलेटेड मेल पढ़ेंगे, ऐसा नहीं बोला उसने। उसने ये नहीं बोला कि मैं आपकी सिर्फ क्रेडिट कार्ड रिलेटेड डिटेल पढ़ूंगा, उसने बोला मैं आपके ऑल मेल पढ़ूंगा। ऑल मेल मतलब सोशल मीडिया मेल्स, हमारे फेसबुक के मेल, हमारे इंस्टाग्राम के पोस्ट, जो भी आप कुछ भी करते हैं उसका एक प्रमोशन करके या सोशल वाला जो कैटेगरी है उसमें उसका मैसेज आता है। आपको कोई मैसेज करेगा वो भी आएगा, अगर आपने ऊबर बुक किया है उसका पेमेंट अगर आपने किया है वो भी आपके मेल पे आ जाता है, अगर आपने कोई ट्रैवल किया है जो भी किया है वो सब मेल पे आता है। तो वो डेटा जो एनालिसिस वो कर रहा है, वो जो मेल आपने उसको दे दिया है उसके बाद आप क्या क्या कर रहे हैं वो सब उसके पास है। सो दिस इज कॉल्ड कि डेटा कहाँ से आ रहा है। इस तरह से हम लोग डेटा खुद इनपुट करे जा रहे हैं और हमने वो डेटा दिया है जो हमको आज रिवर्ट होकर आ रहा है। फीडबैक इज कि जब आपका रेस्पॉन्स आया, इफ यू थिंक कि ये मेरे टाइप का रेस्पॉन्स नहीं है, मुझे लगता है कि मुझे इसमें कुछ चेंजेस करने हैं, या आई वॉन्ट टू गिव मोर प्रॉपर रेस्पॉन्स, और सो आई विल गिव अ फीडबैक, इज कॉल्ड फीडबैक लूप। फीडबैक लूप मीन्स अगेन यू गिव द फीडबैक एंड अगेन ही रीजनरेट द आंसर। तो वो हम देखेंगे अभी जब हम यूज केस देखेंगे, तो हमें भी देखने वाले हैं कि वो फीडबैक कैसे जनरेट करके देगा। So things is mastering the art of AI, prompt AI। AI में प्रॉम्प्टिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, प्रॉम्प्टिंग चैट जीपीटी के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है अभी फिलहाल। लेकिन अब जो भी हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं, जितने भी AI टूल मार्केट में हम यूज़ करते हैं फॉर आवर पर्पस, एक मार्केटिंग में AI टूल चलते हैं जो बैकएंड पे काम करते हैं, कुछ ऐसे होते हैं जो हम हमारे पर्सनल यूज़ के लिए यूज़ कर रहे हैं या बिजनेस यूज़ के लिए यूज़ कर रहे हैं, या अब जो इंडिविजुअल लोग हैं वो भी यूज़ करने लगे हैं। अब सिर्फ IT कंपनी AI को यूज़ नहीं कर रही, अब हर कोई AI को यूज़ कर रहा है। तो हम लोग भी उनमें से हो गए हैं कि हम लोग AI को यूज़ करके और अपना रिजल्ट निकाल सकते हैं। अर्लियर क्या होता था कि हम लोग गूगल पे डालते थे, गूगल सजेस्ट दिस वेबसाइट, दिस वेबसाइट, दिस वेबसाइट, दिस वेबसाइट, आपको जो वेबसाइट समझ में आए उस पर आप जाइए और आंसर निकाल के ले आइए। अब नाउ इट्स योर कॉल कि ये रेस्पॉन्स ठीक था नहीं था, उस वेबसाइट पे ठीक मिला नहीं मिला, इट्स योर कॉल। बट ए आई खुद आपके लिए आंसर ड्राफ्ट करके लाएगा और वो अलग अलग सोर्स से लेके आएगा। दिस अ टूल कॉल्ड परप्लेक्सिटी। परप्लेक्सिटी में क्या होता है कि जब आप उसको यूज करते हैं तो परप्लेक्सिटी में आपको सोर्स भी दिखाएगा, और लाइक गूगल बार्ड, अगर आप गूगल बार्ड यूज करेंगे तो सोर्स भी दिखेगा आपको कि ये जो डेटा आया वो कहाँ से आया, राइट। ऐसे बिंग के अगर हम यूज करेंगे तो उसमें भी सोर्स दिखाता है। तो लेकिन ओपन एआई जो हम यूज करते हैं, चैट जीपीटी वाला जो पार्ट है, उसके अंदर वो ये दिखाएगा सोर्स कहाँ से आया। तो वो बहुत से सोर्स से, मतलब 4 5 3 2 ऐसे करके सोर्स से, अलग अलग सोर्स से बेस्ट जो उसको सोल्यूशन लगता है वो निकाल के लाता है। प्रॉम्प्टिंग करने के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, मतलब हाउ वी डू प्रॉम्प्ट। तो प्रॉम्प्टिंग करने के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि हमें समझना होगा कि प्रॉम्प्टिंग की कैसे जाती है। प्रॉम्प्टिंग मतलब अगर मैं सिर्फ चैट जीपीटी की बात करूँ अभी के लिए, तो इस प्रॉम्प्टिंग में कि पहले हमें बताना पड़ता है कि हमारा रोल क्या है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल कि मैं एक डिज़ाइनर हूँ और मैं इलस्ट्रेशन डिज़ाइन करता हूँ, या मैं कार्टून डिज़ाइन करता हूँ, या मैं 3D प्रिंट डिज़ाइन करता हूँ, या मैं पैकेजिंग डिज़ाइन करता हूँ। तो आपका रोल प्ले डिफाइन करिए। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई एम अकाउंटेंट, आई एम ए टैक्स कंसल्टेंट, आई एम अ कॉर्पोरेट लॉयर। तो अब जो भी आपका रोल है पहले वो आप डिफाइन करिए। आप ऐसे समझिए कि आपने अगर किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति को हायर किया है जो कुछ नहीं जानता आपके प्रोफेशन के बारे में, ठीक है, आपका स्टाइल क्या है उसको नहीं पता, आप कैसे काम करते हैं उसको नहीं पता, आप क्या चाहते हैं उसको वो भी ठीक से नहीं पता, तो आप कितना डिटेल उसको दे सकते हैं प्रॉम्प्ट, वो उसको बोलते हैं प्रॉम्प्टिंग। तो उसके लिए ये 7 स्टेप्स हैं जो आपको ध्यान रखनी है प्रॉम्प्टिंग करने से पहले। अगर इन सबको आप अगर यूज कर लेंगे तो इट्स वेरी इजी टू प्रॉम्प्ट। तो डिफाइन द एआई रोल क्लियरली, मतलब आपका जो रोल है वो, मतलब एआई को रोल दे रहे हो आप बेसिकली कि आई एम अ टैक्स कंसल्टेंट, मतलब एआई को पता लगा कि रोल क्या है मेरा। एआई आपकी जगह आ गया है, इज योर असिस्टेंट, ठीक है। तो वो आपकी जगह आ गया, आपने उसको बोला कि मैं अभी ये इस रोल पे हूँ, ठीक है। आप अपना रोल जब चाहे बदल सकते हैं, कोई इशू नहीं है उसमें। आप बोलिए कि मैं अभी डिजाइनर की तरह काम कर रहा हूँ, मैं एमआईएस की तरह काम कर रहा हूँ, एमआईएस में जो मैनेजमेंट करता हूँ, मैं एमआईएस का डेटा है वो मैं संभालता हूँ, या मैं बजटिंग का काम करता हूँ। जो भी आपका रोल है वो आप वहाँ पे बताइए। प्रोवाइड डिटेल कंटेक्स्ट, मतलब सब कुछ बताना है आपको, मतलब आपको कुछ भी हाइड नहीं करना। अगर हमको किसी से कुछ ड्राफ्टिंग करानी होती है, हमें बताना पड़ता है कि ये पर्सन कौन है, इसका बैकग्राउंड क्या है, किसके बारे में मैं करना चाहता हूँ, कितना फ्यूचरिस्टिक होना चाहिए, ये सब हमको उसमें बताना पड़ता है। सेट क्लियर ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड कंस्ट्रेंट। क्लियर ऑब्जेक्टिव मतलब आपको एग्जैक्ट बताना है कि एग्जैक्ट क्या चाहते हो आप। इवन अगर आप कोई भी करेक्टर डिजाइन कर रहे हो तो आपको बताना होगा कि मुझे उसमें क्या क्या देखना है या क्या क्या आप उसमें देखना चाहते हो। जब तक आपका इमेजिनेशन प्रॉपर है तब तक सामने वाले को समझ में आएगा आप क्या चाह रहे हो। फर्स्ट यू इमेजिन, देन यू ड्राफ्ट, देन यू गिव द prompt to the AI, correct? The fourth is use direct and concise language। मतलब डायरेक्ट मतलब होता है, डायरेक्ट मतलब होता है कि हम लोग क्या होता है कई बार जब लिखने लगते हैं तो हम लोग है ना बहुत ज्यादा कुछ लिख जाते हैं कई बार, या कहीं से कॉपी करके उसको डाल देते हैं उसके अंदर। उसकी जगह अगर आप है ना कंसाइज लिखेंगे और आपको जो चाहिए वो लिखेंगे तो वो ज्यादा इजीली कर पाएगा। बिकॉज अगर आपने ज्यादा डेटा दिया, प्रॉम्प्ट में बहुत कुछ उससे इनपुट डाल दिया और बहुत कुछ आपने उससे आस्क करने की कोशिश की, तो बहुत ज्यादा डेटाबेस में जाकर के वो डेटा लेके आएगा। हो सकता है आपको रिक्वायरमेंट उससे ज्यादा डेटा आ जाए और वो इधर उधर की चीज भी लाए। जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई वॉन्ट टू प्रिपेयर होमवर्क ऑफ 5th क्लास 6th क्लास स्टूडेंट, वो साइंस का स्टूडेंट है और देयर इज अ स्मॉल टॉपिक कॉल न्यूरो। तो हमें न्यूरो के ऊपर एक ना टॉपिक प्रिपेयर करना था और वो एक बहुत 6th क्लास के बच्चे के हिसाब से हमें प्रिपेयर करना था, बट वी डिडंट मेंशन दिस। और हमने बोला कि न्यूरो के ऊपर मुझे बताया व्हाट इज न्यूरो, और डाल के हमने छोड़ दिया। उसमें कुछ नहीं बताया न्यूरो मतलब किस रेस्पेक्ट में। तो न्यूरो से रिलेटेड जो भी सब कुछ ला के दे देगा आपको। तो हमें क्या करना है, हमें बताना है कि बेसिकली आई एम राइटिंग होमवर्क ऑफ माई स्टूडेंट, मतलब फॉर माई चाइल्ड, एंड फॉर दिस पर्पस आई नीड अ डेफिनेशन ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर वर्ड और पर्टिकुलर सेंटेंस, करेक्ट? तो वो आप डिफाइन करेंगे तो देन दिस इजी टू रिट्रीव द थिंग्स, करेक्ट? इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ फीडबैक लूप्स, द फीडबैक लूप्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। अभी हम लोग एक यूज केस देखेंगे फीडबैक लूप का। दिस इज वेरी वेरी मच इंटरेस्टिंग केस। ये एक इनकम टैक्स केस है और हमने उसको ड्राफ्ट करवाया था कमीशन अपील के लिए। तो इनकम टैक्स, जब हम इनकम टैक्स में हियरिंग के लिए जाते हैं तो फीडबैक लूप कैसे काम करते हैं, क्योंकि जब आप उसको बताते हो कि आपने ये गलती की है, या यू गो एंड नाउ राइट दिस, नाउ रीजनरेट दिस, नाउ रीजनरेट दिस, देयर इज एरर इन दिस योर साइड, इन योर रेस्पॉन्स, दिस लाइन आई डोंट वांट, फॉर एग्जांपल आई डोंट वांट एनी ऑर्डर, एनी रिकमेंडेशन विच इज अगेंस्ट द ऑडिटर। अगर ये हम लिखना चाहते हैं तो वो डालेंगे तो वो इस तरह का आपको रिवर्ट लेटर में निकाल के कभी नहीं देगा, करेक्ट? एक्सपेरिमेंटल विद डिफरेंट अप्रोचेस, फॉर एग्जांपल एक्सपेरिमेंट मतलब होता है जब व्हेन वी वर्क विद द एआई टूल, एनी एआई टूल, देयर शुड बी सम एक्सपेरिमेंट। व्हाई? बिकॉज व्हेन यू डू एक्सपेरिमेंट देन एआई लर्न, दिस इज मशीन लर्निंग, तो वो सीखेगा बार बार। एक्सपेरिमेंट कैसे करते हैं हम लोग, एक अभी आपको हम लोग एक है ना एक प्रैक्टिकल एक इमेज बना के देखेंगे अभी, उससे आपको समझ में आएगा एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग कैसे करते हैं और एक्सपेरिमेंटिंग से हम चीज़ों को कैसे ठीक कर सकते हैं। बिकॉज एक बार फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमने एक इमेज डाला, मैंने उसको प्रॉम्प्ट दिया कि मुझे इस तरह की इमेज आप जनरेट करके दीजिए, देन रिवर्ट आता है कि दिस इज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ माई डेटाबेस, दिस इज प्रोहिबिटेड, आई कैन नॉट जनरेट दिस इमेज बिकॉज ऑफ सम कॉन्स्टेंट। तो कॉन्स्टेंट हमें पता नहीं था, वो हमें बाद में पता लगा। देन द व्हाइट पेपर पे आपको पता मिलेगा, एवरी टूल हैज अ डॉक्यूमेंट। तो इन द डॉक्यूमेंट, प्रॉम्प्टिंग डॉक्यूमेंट, यू विल गेट कि क्या वो कर सकता है, क्या वो नहीं कर सकता है, कहाँ उसको रेस्ट्रिक्ट किया गया है, आप वो पढ़ लीजिए। नहीं तो आप उसको एक्सपेरिमेंट करिए। तो आप उसको खुद भी बोल सकते हैं कि आप ही मेरे लिए ना प्रॉम्प्ट जनरेट कर दीजिए। तो प्रॉम्प्ट जनरेट का काम भी ChatGPT खुद करता है। तो इफ यू वांट टू जनरेट अ प्रॉम्प्ट फॉर द डाली, डाली इज अ वर्जन ऑफ ओपन इमेज वर्जन ऑफ ओपन एआई। ओपन एआई ने जिस तरह से ChatGPT बनाया, सेम की सेम उसने क्या किया, एक और टूल बनाया, उसको बोलते हैं डाली। वो इमेज जनरेट करता है। दिस इज नॉट मच पावरफुल दैट मिड जर्नी, मिड जर्नी ज़्यादा पावरफुल वो नहीं है, बट यस आपका काम उसमें भी हो जाता है, करेक्ट? सो स्टे इन्फॉर्म्ड अबाउट द एआई कैपेबिलिटीज। स्टे इन्फॉर्म अबाउट एआई कैपेबिलिटीज मतलब होता है कि हमें पता रहना पड़ेगा उसकी कैपेबिलिटी कितनी है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपने डाली को बोला कि मुझे 4K में इमेज जनरेट करके दो, वो नहीं कर पाएगा बिकॉज उसकी कैपेबिलिटी ही नहीं है। तो हमें यही पता करना पड़ेगा कि जो टूल हम यूज कर रहे हैं उसकी कैपेबिलिटीज कितनी है, वो कहाँ तक जा सकता है। वन मोर थिंग मैं इसमें ऐड करना चाहता हूँ। अभी हम जब यूज केस देखेंगे तो हमको लगेगा काम बहुत आसान हो गया, पर ऐसा नहीं है। हमारी कोई भी जॉब इससे नहीं जाएगी, एआई से। अभी तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला। ये है ना ह्यूमैनिटी पे थ्रेट हो सकता है पर हमारी जॉब पे थ्रेट अभी नहीं हो सकता, बस हमको लर्न करना पड़ेगा। बिकॉज जो हम अभी कर रहे हैं अगर वो सिस्टम कर सकता था और अब वो सिस्टम कर रहा है तो वी हैव टू लर्न इट। वी कांट से कि अब नहीं सीखेंगे, कुछ रास्ता निकालो हम। एक बहुत अच्छी बात है जो मैंने एक बार कभी सुनी थी कि टेक्नोलॉजी में बैकगियर नहीं होता है, देयर इज नो बैकगियर इन टेक्नोलॉजी। इफ यू आर ऑन द 3G, फेल हो गया तो आप 4G पे ही जाओगे, अब वापस 2G पे नहीं आ जाओगे, ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा। तो अगर हम एआई की तरफ बढ़ चुके हैं वापस नहीं आ सकते। अगर वो मॉडल फेल हो जाता है देन इट्स पॉसिबल। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेटावर्स, मेटावर्स का मॉडल फेल हुआ है, मेटावर्स में हम बैक नहीं आए हैं, उसका मॉडल फेल हो गया बिकॉज एआई बहुत जल्दी से आया, एआई लोगों को ज़्यादा समझ में आया मेटावर्स से। मेटावर्स में हम एक ऐसी दुनिया बना रहे थे अगर आपको पता है आपने अगर मेटावर्स वगैरह में अगर आपको थोड़ी नॉलेज होगी, तो मेटावर्स में हम लोग NFT वगैरह का काम पहले किया करते थे। तो देयर इज अ डिसेंट्रलाइज लैंड, मतलब वहाँ पे लोगों ने प्लॉट काट दिए हैं। ऐसा मैं बताता हूँ मेटावर्स में कैसा हुआ। आपको एक है ना स्टेट दिया है, स्टेट के ऊपर आपको स्टेट में आप गए, उस स्टेट के ऊपर है ना आपको है ना प्लॉटिंग कर रखी है उन्होंने, ये प्लॉट आपका, ये प्लॉट आपका, एक मेन रोड है उसके अंदर। अब अगर पिज्जा हट को चाहिए कि मुझे इस यहाँ पर अपना बोर्ड चाहिए, साइन बोर्ड, वो प्रॉपर्टी जिस लैंड जिसने उसको परचेज कर रखा है उसने उसको रेंट पे दे दिया। तभी कि लोग जब मेटावर्स में आएंगे और डिसेंट लैंड के मेटावर्स में जब वो घूमेंगे, जब वो मूव करेंगे यहाँ पर, तो क्या होगा, इनको जरूरत पड़ेगी तब वो यहाँ से घूमेंगे तो उनको दिखेगा कि यहाँ पे डोमिनोज का ऐड लगा हुआ है, पिज्जा हट का ऐड लगा हुआ है, या किसी और कंपनी का ऐड लगा हुआ है। इस लेवल तक मेटावर्स गया था। ठीक है, उसके बाद मेटा ने इसमें बहुत पैसा इन्फ्यूज किया। फेसबुक जो मेटा बना बाद में, उसने इसमें बहुत पैसा इन्फ्यूज किया था। उसके बाद उसने इसको वहां तक लेके गया, लेकिन चूंकि एआई बहुत ड्रास्टिकली आया, और दूसरी बात जो मेटावर्स की एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी वो था हार्डवेयर। हार्डवेयर बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है। आपको वो होता है ना कि हमें वो टूल्स खरीदने पड़ेंगे वीआर वाले, और हमारे हैंड्स के लिए ग्लव्स होंगे अलग से, हमारा पूरा बॉडी का है ना पूरा एक बॉडी कवर बनाया था उन्होंने, जिसको आप यूज करके और मेटावर्स में जा सकते हो। तो दिस इज लाइक कि मेटावर्स जैसा था। तो मेटावर्स का हार्डवेयर महंगा होने की वजह से वो बहुत ज्यादा चल नहीं पाया। ऐसा नहीं कि वो एकदम खत्म हो गया है, माइट भी आ जाए, पर 1990 में आया था पहले। ऐसा नहीं कि हमने वीआर अभी देखे हैं, बहुत पहले से वीआर चल रहे थे। हमने पहले भी कई बार मूवी देखी है, 5D मूवी नाम से चला करती थी पहले, आपको रियल टाइम एक्सपीरियंस कराया जाता था, तब भी था ये। पर तब किसी ने इतना इन्फ्यूज नहीं किया था अमाउंट जितना अभी सैमसंग और फेसबुक ने किया। सैमसंग ऑन मोर ऑन टू हार्डवेयर पार्ट, एंड फेसबुक एंड मोर इनटू सॉफ्टवेयर वाला पार्ट, यानी डेवलपमेंट करने वाला काम। ऐसे करके इन्होंने वो डेवलप किया। इट डजेंट मीन कि टेक्नोलॉजी में हम वापस आए, ऐसा नहीं हुआ। वो टेक्नोलॉजी में जो यूज केस था वो कंफर्म नहीं हो पाया। जैसे बिटकॉइन जिस तरह से यूज हुआ था, बिटकॉइन बेसिकली हमने सिर्फ और सिर्फ किसके लिए यूज किया, ट्रेडिंग के लिए यूज किया, वो ट्रांजेक्शन में नहीं आ पाया। दैट्स वाई वहाँ प्रॉब्लम आई। अगर ट्रांजेक्शन अभी भी ट्रांजेक्शन में है वो, बट वो ठीक है, हमारे ट्रांजेक्शन में नहीं है। पर डार्क नेट पर अगर आप जाओगे, इफ यू हर्ड अबाउट द डार्क नेट वर्ड, तो डार्क नेट वो एक वर्ड में छोटा सा बताया था, 30% इंटरनेट वी आर यूजिंग एंड 70% हम लोग यूज नहीं करते हैं, वो डार्क नेट बोलते हैं उसको। उस पर अभी भी जितनी भी आप जो करेंसीज देखते हो जिनको हम कॉइन्स बोलते हैं, अभी भी वो करेंसी वहाँ पे चला करती हैं। करेक्ट। तो दिस इज कॉल्ड कि हमें सीखना है, मतलब ऐसे नहीं कह सकते कि हमारा रोल। और अभी अब मैं आप जब को दिखाऊंगा, आप जब को यूज केस दिखाऊंगा, समझ में आएगा कितना ईजी है काम में लेना। शुरू में थोड़ा टफ लगेगा, लेकिन जब आप काम करना शुरू करेंगे तो आपको बहुत अच्छा लगेगा, और आपको लगेगा कि हाँ ठीक है, मतलब हम लोग बहुत सही जा रहे हैं और बहुत सारा काम इसने करके दिखाया, राइट। तो यूज केस, प्रॉम्प्टिंग के यूज केस है, हम लोग उसको देख लेते हैं। तो आई एम बैकिंग विद माई पीपीटी और वी आर गोइंग टू a word file. So this is a prompt experiment. So Amrit, are you getting what I am saying? मतलब यहाँ पे आपको
Yes, sir.
मतलब ठीक जा रहा है ना सेशन? कुछ बता देना, मतलब कहीं कुछ बोलना हो ना,
Yes,
क्योंकि
sir. It's
वन
just a
वे कम्युनिकेशन।
request from, yeah, it's one of the requests from one of the participants so that the session can be taken in English.
नो प्रॉब्लम,
So
नो प्रॉब्लम,
that's how people
आई
can
कंटिन्यू
also.
इन इंग्लिश, नो प्रॉब्लम।
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
So the image generation part is there. So this is these are the prompts, and I segregated these prompts into the different type of the part. This is experimental. What I explained earlier, there is experimental, feedback, and automation, these things. So I segregated, these are the prompts. The first prompt is this image generation. Second is automation part. We will go with the VBA code and Excel. If you don't know VBA, what is VBA? There's no requirement to understanding the VBA. We will generate a code on the VBA and automate our process. Third one is like using the legal draft, the feedback probe. This is a file. So we will go with the file, and this is these 4 use case we will discuss in this session, right? Start with the first. This is image generation. For example, I use this prompt. The prompt is like, so I am using for this class only. So there is create a lady avatar for digital accounting assurance board. The board who's conducting this session. So for example, we need a avatar of this accounting board, that we represent the accounting board. We need a ambassador of this board. This is a digital avatar, right? So we are creating this, wearing blue sari, having CA logo badge, holding iPad in the hand, half length, open hair. There's the open hair but half length, and the wearing a smartwatch, right? So you can add more things, whatever you want. So I use this, and we will create a image based on this. So I copy this prompt. We can change this prompt also. So this is my, give me a second, I will open my ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT. In the ChatGPT, there is two parts there. One is DALI, one is ChatGPT. So DALI is the image generator tool of the OpenAI, correct? So I use this. I paste my prompt here, right? Create a lady avatar for digital accounting assurance board wearing blue sari, having CA logo badge, holding iPad, half length open hair, wearing smartwatch. I click on this. Now it generate a image for us. If there is any offensive in this image, it will not generate that image, correct? So in generating, it will take time because when we give the prompt, it will understand the prompt, then it generate the image. So it depends on the internet speed also sometimes. But if the server is also going with the too many things and then process the things. So this is, you can see, there's a CA batch, correct? And this is the avatar created. If you want to change anything, just put here. So I write just male version of this. Might be there is a male version of this. I don't know it's a wearing sari or not. So there's a smartwatch, iPad, badge, blue sari, hair. So explain the things. The experiment means when we experiment one by one, we are generating, this is male version, correct? So these eyes are little bit blurry. I don't know why, but this is the, you can use any of them. This is the avatar of the, so this is, we are not the designer, but we can design the thing. Correct. So yesterday we also did something. I will share here also. So this is the, there was a prompt. So this is in the, we are discussing something and somebody says that draft a lady superhero, right? So we draft is avatar of the Superman Q smiling. This is the prompt we have decided and put it here, wearing sari and all. So I am unable to generate the image based on the request because there's a Superman and wearing sari, you know. See this, there's an error in this code because there's an avatar of Superman. And then smiling face, long hair. That's why it says the I am unable to generate the image based on your request, as it doesn't align our content policy. It doesn't mean we cannot generate, we can generate, but because the content policy is not giving us the response. Let's adjust the concept a bit to ensure the meet the guideline. Okay, no problem. Then we go here. Again, we will change this. And there's again a error, right? So we will go there. Again, this is called experimenting. One by one, one by one, one by one, one by one, and we will reach to our exact image. So this is start with here, prompt generating the, again, Superwoman. Now is the Superwoman, and again, there is a content policy error. Again, then we, then I prompt that you create a prompt for that. So this is sure. Draft a prompt for DALI for a Superwoman. I just mentioned this. Then it automatically draft a prompt for me. So I am generating prompt from the this tool. So the create an image of a Superwoman in the futuristic city space. She has a strong, confident pose with her hand on the hips. Her costume is sleek and modern with the color scheme in the deep blues, and these are the things is generated by the ChatGPT. This is the prompt. It is a prompt. Or what we were doing, this is the earlier we were doing the really small, this is experience again, correct? Then there is, would you like to generate into DALI? I said yes. Then there's again a error. Then I again change this and I change some, modify some things in this. And now we will get a Superwoman. But now this is Superwoman generated by the ChatGPT prompt, but this is not our result. Okay. So again, I use this prompt and go here. It's not showing right now. Give me a second. Yes, it is. Then for experiment purpose, we again use this prompt, and there is there again we will get this because we want a superwoman sari, but the face and look is not looking like a superwoman. Then we change the prompt, and we will get this. You can see we want a bike with that girl, so this is the bike, and eye mask, sari, boots, and addition in this prompt is this boot are addition, eye mask is addition, and the bike is the addition. But we don't want white bike beside the object. We need a riding. So this is the riding pose of that woman. So this is called experimental way. How we experience and do experiment with the AI, and it will after some time it will get what you are saying. So this is called, the last one is because I asked him to create into the 4K image and hyper realistic and 4K. When we talk about the 4K, there is a proportion is here. Maximum resolution is 1024 to 1792 pixels. This is not 4K. That's why it's saying I can generate image with a maximum resolution of 1024 to 1792 pixels. Correct? So because of this, but generated something. So what I said, go for your best. Whatever you can do, and whatever best you can do. So we will get this. So this is called experimenting way of the using AI, using this ChatGPT, right? So this is digital avatar we created right now today, and you can do experiment with this also. Whatever you want, you can do that. You can change the color, you can change the holding way and presentation way. So these are the what is called experimental way of the prompting. Now I will switch to again automation process of that. So for example, create a VBA code on Excel. I am explaining the problem first, then I will come to the prompt, then we generate the code, and then we will complete this task. Okay, first go into the Excel. There is a file into the Excel. Give me a second. Amrit,
Yes, sir.
you can see the screen, Excel screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the Excel file. So first I explain this Excel file. The Excel file says there are salesperson like Ritu, Anu, Monty, Bittu, Sona, correct? Then there is the order ID, there's order date, then shipping company name, then the product ID, then the product name, and unit price, then the quantity and the amount. These are the data we have. And how many rows we have? So we have around 100 rows. And there are how many, if I want to ask how many salesperson we have, so there is a simple process. Go with the or advanced filter and use unique values and get your salesperson, or go with the pivot table. So first, what is the problem is? The problem is what I want to generate a pivot table, and with the pivot table, what I will do, I will get the data of product wise data, salesperson wise data of the products, and generate different files of that. So I will do step one by one, correct? So we will do the one by one. So first select the data. First we will create the pivot table. Okay, there is no VBA code required in the creating a pivot table. Simply go into the insert, and in the insert there is a pivot table. Go into that, and there is a new worksheet, and click on the OK. Now what I want, there are some product name is here. When we click on the product name, there's a product name as here is in the row part. I want amount in the value part, and the shipper company name. I click on the shipper company name, and the shipper company name is looking like this. This is my product. This is my shipping company. I don't want shipping company like this. I want shipping company like this. I just change the shipping company here to columns. Now what I have product detail, but these are all the products I have, correct? These are all product, correct? But I don't have any salesperson wide data right now. So for salesperson wide, what I can do one thing. Add the salesperson here in the filter part. Now there is a salesperson. Click on it, and choose whatever salesperson you need. I need Ritu here, and then click on OK. Now this data of the Ritu, this data belongs to this salesperson. Now for the Noni, and this is data of Noni. What the actual problem is? The problem is I need different sheet of salesperson. For example, I have 9 salesperson in this database. I need different 9 sheets here so that I can get the so I can easily convey the database to the respective salesperson. So for this, I also use the Excel. Right now, Excel is efficient to do this work. So go into this, and there is a pivot table. Give me a second. So there is a pivot table analyze. In the pivot table analyze, there is a pivot table options. In the option, there is a drop down. The drop down, there is show report filter pages. Click on this. This is called salesperson. Why salesperson is here? Because in the filter part, we mentioned salesperson. That's why the salesperson is showing here. When I click on the OK, you can easily see what happened here. Now click on the OK. Now you will get all the salesperson detail here. This is Ritu, this is Eric, this is Sona, this is Anu, Deva, Monty, okay, and the Bittu. So these are the database we need. Now this part is called Excel. Now what I want each salesperson's file in a folder so that I can send them the respective file, correct? For this, I have to use VBA, and I'm not expert in the VBA. So what I will do, I will go into the ChatGPT, write a prompt, and from this prompt, we will generate a VBA code. We will try it. So first we have to go into the file where I already wrote the prompt. I am reading the prompt and explaining why it is automation prompt. Automation because for the VBA, it is an automation process. It automatically generates the files, correct? So I am reading the prompt. First is, imagine an Excel workbook with multiple sheets. There are so many multiple sheets in the Excel, each containing unique data. Every sheet has a unique data, yani salesperson wise data. You require a VBA script to automate the process of converting each sheet into an individual Excel file, correct? These new files should be saved in a specific folder named GPT VBA. Why this? Because when I created these files, how it is stored and where it is stored, I have to mention the location. The location is desktop and the folder name is GPT VBA. Mention this. This is called how precisely you prompt your GPT. The script should handle the creation of the new folder if it does not already exist, and the process of the save each sheet as a separate file within this folder. Okay, so in this folder there is a name of the salesperson and there are the sheets. So might be there are 9 sheets should be there. The name of the new file should corresponding to the name of the original sheet in the workbook. The file name is linked with the sheet name. The goal is to streamline the process of individual sheet extraction and organization, ensuring the neat and efficient flow. Why efficient workflow? Because if there is an error into the VBA, then we are not able to correct it, correct? So we'll copy this process here. This is Control C, copy, and we will go to the ChatGPT. This is our ChatGPT. I will go with this is GPT version. Click on this new. I will mention my prompt here, Control V, and run. Let's see what happened. So this is, yes, this is creating a VBA code for you. So this is, I am just explaining some things here because not everybody is into this VBA part. This is the desktop folder ChatGPT is created here. And the location is the user profile and the desktop and the ChatGPT VBA, correct? The desktop, on the desktop, there will be a folder and it is linked with the sheets. So what I have to do, I have to copy this code here from here, copy code. When you go like this, you can select this code and copy this. If you miss this word sub or you miss this word S and start with the U, might be there will be a error into the VBA code. If you are not good in the VBA, then there is a problem. You cannot, you cannot debug this error, right? So for debugging, you have to know not little bit. It's a good experience of the coding, correct? VBA coding. So the VBA script, I just copy the VBA script from here. It is copy code. I already copied the copy code. Then go with this file. And here the developer tool, right? Whereas if you don't have a developer tool in your Excel, so I will tell you where you will get this. Go into the file, and there is a option. In the option, there's customize ribbon. In the customize ribbon, there's a developer. You can see. If you can see in your, just write down the process. Is the option. In the option, the custom ribbon. In the customize ribbon, there is a developer. In the developer tab, it is not checked, it's unchecked. So you have to check this first. Then you will get the developer tool in the menu bar, correct? Now click on the OK. Now you will get the developer here. In the developer, there is a Visual Basic. This is called VBA, means Visual Basic Application, right? This is the script. So for the script, we use this VBA tool. So this is the VBA, and the VBA there is an insert. In the insert, there is a module, right? Click on the module. Now you can write your code here. When we write any code for the Excel automation, we have to insert a module. Now paste here. Once you paste your code here, just check out the end sub. Just do this little thing and run from here. This is called run button. From here, when you go, there's a shortcut also F5. You can use F5 and it will automatically run your code. So I will starting the code first. So just click on this. If the code is correct, there is no error here, and might be we will get some message of our work. It's doing something. We have to wait for some time because it's generating the files, or might be error. Yes. So the message box is saying sheets have been exported to individual files in the GPT VBA folder on your desktop. Okay, we will check out on the desktop. First, minimize this. Minimize this also. Now see how many sheets we have right now. Ritu, Eric, Sona, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 sheets we have to, we will get 9 sheets into the folder. We will check out the desktop on the user part. Might be not on the main desktop, it is into the user part. I have to check it out. It's here or no, it's not here. So no problem. It's not here then. It's my local disk C. In the 6 there is a user. In the user Pradhan. In the Pradhan there is desktop. In the desktop this is GPT VBA, correct? Now there are the files there. See Anu, these are the files. And this is 15/12/2023 and this is 1852. Right now time in my system is 1854. So this is created right now. 2 minutes back, it's created these files. You can check out any file. I will check out with Anu. Got it? This is Anu's file. Right. So you can generate your VBA code, and you can therefore a small task you can easily do your task from, automate the task from this. So there is no need of learn the whole VBA, but yes, if you know little bit about the VBA, you can easily generate your codes and all, correct? So hope you will understand this. Amrit, you got the flow?
Yes, sir.
Understandable?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the third part is, this is called using the legal drafting. Now this is called feedback loop, right? Feedback loop means when we go with the legal drafting, right? There is a feedback. Why feedback? Because he didn't understand what you are saying, because your expertise is very important in this. So what I am saying कि it is not possible कि AI आपकी job ले जाएगा. This is not possible. Yes, but अगर आपने नहीं सीखा तो ये hurdle है आपके लिए, right? But if you are not expert in anything, then you cannot use the AI properly. Your AI is your assistant. AI helps you, right? So this is I will open the file. This is feedback loop. I'm not going to on a GPT mode for this problem. This is a very, very unique problem and very interesting problem. We have check it out with this, and I will explain each and everything of this problem. This is a 4 or 5 page, around 33 pages, citation. This is the reply of a case, right? So start with this. You are income tax expert. I am defining a role, right? I already said that when we are prompting, first we have to define our role. The role is you are income tax expert, right? First, please research and prepare one submission for presenting before appellate authority on the topic of, this is appellate authority, correct? So this is not assessing officer, this is appellate authority. So we have to check out this for which authority we are preparing our reply, right? The first point is I am pointing out this there is an enter in there, but in the prompt part there is not enter. So you just write one by one, and this is no enter and the space is required, right? So this is the first one is the not providing sufficient opportunity to assessee by the assessing officer to explain. It means this is 144 section 144's reference. It may bad judgment assessment might be. Second is non-application of the mind of the submission by the assessee, correct? Third is not passing a speaking order. Speaking order is very must, because if there is no speaking order, then our case is strong, right? The fourth is including those amounts as explained investment which are not made by the assessee, correct? So include those amount, there are some included, they adding the investment amount, unexplained investment into the income, correct? This shows like this. In respect of each point, prepare detailed overview. Mention the favorable citation and description, and mention about the order bad in law and on fact of the case. The very important line is this: keep the language serious, professional, and legal. This is what this is called the format, how you need the things, correct? So this is the language is serious, professional, and legal, because if you don't use this word legal or professional, might be professional, this is okay, but if you not use the legal, then might be there is sections reference are might be missing, and the way of drafting the letter is little bit general form of the English. There is a English, there is two type English, there is a type of English in the we are using. There is legal English, financial English. These all are different English. Oxford running different courses of different Englishes. If you want to learn legal English, there is a different course. If you want to learn financial English, there is a different course, right? So you have to mention like, so when we go with the project report, we will go with the financial English, right? So this is very important. So this is your understanding. AI don't know this. So you have to decide what I need. One important thing is the matter pertains to financial year 2014. So new amendment need not refer. 2014 means old version. So there is no need. The answer is very interesting. He said, I understand that you are seeking assistance in preparing a submission for the presenting before appellate authority regarding certain issue related to income tax assessment. However, due to the complexity and the specific legal matter, it is advisable to consult with a qualified tax professional and lawyer. It means he is not writing the answer. This is the constant, but what we can mold. This is called experiencing now. Now we come to the experience part. This is how we prompt. This is experiencing part. How experience says that go with this. I myself an expert tax professional. So I am taking your assistance in preparing the brief. I shall check and improve your write-up. Okay, so what I am saying, that assist me in this, but don't worry, I will not going to submit this. I will check thoroughly and then submit this reply to the authority. Okay, because we cannot, because ChatGPT says that you cannot use my advice as a legal consultancy, or you cannot use my prescription as a medical prescriptions, correct? So he avoid doing this. But no problem. Just mention that I'm expert tax professional. I need your assistance. Of course, I will happy to assist to preparing the brief in the general outline of the point of method. First point I mentioned, this is not providing sufficient opportunity to assessing. Then there is a section you can see. In the prompt, there is no section. But in the result, there is section. Okay, you can see how he understand the thing, how he generate the results. Okay. So you can highlight the instance where the assessing officer failed to provide the necessary time to opportunity to the assessee. In case 142.1, assessing officer issued the notice providing the reasonable opportunity heard, but favorable citation is missing. Add relevant case law that supports your argument. He is not telling me the citation. Correct. Point number 2, same. The section again, section 143.3. Then again, point number 2, then the again favorable citation missing. And he's telling me to include a case law. Point number 3, not passing a speaking order. Here you can, again, there's a section. Reference can be made to the section 20506 in the Income Tax Act, which mandated the Commission of Appeals the passing the speaking order. Correct. Favorable citation missing. Inclusion of explained investment. This is 4 point. Correct. So the 4 point is under section 69. So the in section you could detail the intents. You could detail intents where assessing officer incorrectly treated the certain amount of explained investment through the again the citation is missing. For each point, provide the relevant case law in the argument. Demonstrate your stance and short to mention glaring issue, and these are things which is you always write these things. Remember the preliminary outline and I should be tailored with the specific facts. So I didn't get the citation, I didn't get the proper reply, I didn't get the things what I want, correct? But what I got section. It means it is understanding my problem. Now, this is called feedback loop. Feedback loop says, again, trained your GPT. This is very preliminary. What I say, this red part is prompting. What I am writing, this is red part. What ChatGPT is writing, this is green part, and in the these paras. Okay. So in the red font, this is very preliminary. What I am saying that this is very preliminary. You may refer to the court cases and legal details available. Give citations. What I'm saying, give citations. Prepare a detailed overview more than 1,000 words for each topic, each and every one, and provide excerpt of argument to excerpt of argument made in favor of assessing. Now, see what happened. I understand your request to detail the overview, citation of the excerpt of the argument. However, due to the complexity of the volume of the information, it's challenging to provide the expansive content, the current formal. Nonetheless, I can provide the more in-depth overview of each point, and you have a specific question, need further assistance with certain. He's saying that if you need something or want to change something, just let me know, so I will help you. So point number 1, not providing sufficient opportunity. There's a section again, but now we will get the citation. This is called beauty of this prompting. In case of Supreme Court, first we started what we got. We got no answer. Then we said we are expert, we need your assistant. Then we get the answer, which is very preliminary and there is no citation. Now, when we prompt again and say that I need a citation part also, then there's the citation and the argument. He is telling me except of the argument. The argument is there. In the present case, in the evidenting the assessing officer's failure to provide the sufficient time to opportunity to assess the explain their position had result into the unfair assessment. The notice issued the section 142.1 merely served to the booking requirement, but the annual opportunity, the actual opportunity to assess the present case was not given due consideration, right? So please note that the provide excerpt is illustrative and should be tailored. This is the first part only. This is for the point number 1 and they stopped. Now I go there and again said on the point itself, not providing sufficient opportunity, you need to bring about 4 or 5 cases cited in favor of the assessee. Again, what I was asking for the more results. Then there is only one case law. I don't want to go with one case law. I need some more case laws here. So there is an apology. Now see, if I ask something and he is not doing good, then he asks the mention apology there. But yes, after some time might be there is no apology because right now it's new. So see what will be the future. The case is first Mohammed Kunhiwal case, and the Coastal Industry 2, and the third Hero Cycle, fourth S Japan 4. There are 5 cases are there for the point number 1 reference. For the first point, we have 5 cases. Now, what I said this is quite better. Please also see if there is any judgment of Rajasthan High Court, because I am from Rajasthan and I need a Rajasthan High Court decision. Now there is a Rajasthan High Court citation. So what I want to say, what I am saying that if you are using your ChatGPT wisely, you will get too much information. But yes, these are not the final. It is not a final submission from our side. We have to check out. We have to read all these citations and the responses. Correct. Otherwise, this is not advisable to go with this directly. In this case, Rajasthan High Court emphasis is telling about the case. Then you can incorporate this case citation into your submission and further reinforce the agreement regarding the need to the assessing officer provided this. This is good. What I am saying, this is good. Please bring all the above replies together. Correct. For the first topic in combined, I am asking for the first topic. There are 4 topics in this problem, but I am asking only for the first topic so that I can check out is it working properly or not. So combined manner and make a comprehensive brief. Now, certainly here is the comprehensive brief of the topic. Not providing sufficient opportunity to the assessee by the combining the provided earlier, the not providing sufficient opportunity assessee topic, introduction, the principal natural justice is the backdog income tax. This is actually on which behalf we are going to argue our case. Then the section is there, relevant case law. This is section. Then the case law 1, case law 2, case law 3, case law 5, 6. Exert argument is there. The present case is the evident assessing officer failure to provide. This is there. Conclusion is also there. For the first part, there is a conclusion also mentioning by the ChatGPT, right? Now, this is a guideline. Please note that the comprehensive brief is the generalized example and should be tailored in the specific circumstances and the legal principle applicable to your case. Always consult with the qualified legal professional and ensure the accuracy and the appropriateness of your submission. So this is helping us, but this is fine. Please prepare the next topic on the similar line. Now we're going to the second part. Second part is, of course, non-application of the mind of the submission by the assessee. This is the second point. You can check out the beginning where the 4 part, the second part is what? Second part, non-application of the mind. Third is speaking order. Fourth is unexplained investment. Now come to the second part. Correct. This is comprehensive brief. We already, next topic. Next topic is this topic, non-application of submission. This is 143.3 section. Relevant is Manmohan Das, B.N. Bhattacharya, Kalnanon. 4 citations are there. When the excerpt is evident from the assessment order is the assessing officer failed to demonstrate the proper application of the mind and submission of the evidence presented by the assessee. Correct. So this is called how, because when we generated first part, then he understand the what we want now. Correct. Please give me the next topic. Now the third part is speaking order. This is third part, section 250 and subsection 6. This is relevant case laws. Argument. No. Why I said no? Because there is a mentioning somewhere is the assessing officer. Commission appeal, this is, and there is the please refer to the specific advice in the jurisdiction and the professional, and there is a part the commission is passing the notice and typing the appeal, appellate, and there is a assessing officer mentioned there. Assessment process. I did something somewhere it is mentioned. That's why I changed this. No, not the appellate authority, but assessing officer. Then I apology for the misunderstanding. Here is the comprehensive brief of the topic. Not passing a speaking order by the assessing officer. The not passing the speaking order topic. Importance of the speaking order. Or the importance of speaking order. This is mentioned here. Then the case laws and argument, right? Then go with the conclusion. And now the next topic, please. and it is going to including the unexplained investment not made in by the SEC. Topic is this. Section is this. Relevant case laws. Excerpt and the conclusion. As always, adapted the content as suited to the specific case detail of the jurisdiction, so ensure the accuracy and the appropriate the submission. Consult with qualified legal and professional. Thanks my session to improvement as under. The overview must be the more detailed. It should try to provide the perspective dynamics in the search of the large database. You have done an acceptable job as a brief. Can you again try to make a detailed report as a side note? I shall check all the citation, and if somewhere wrong interpretation is done, will provide your feedback, correct? So what I am saying that I am tax expert, I will check it out everything, but you draft properly all the points now. Now this is starting with the topic 1, not price fishing opportunity first. There's the case laws. Second is in-depth argument, then C. Now this is the in-depth argument. Earlier this is not in-depth argument. Now the in-depth argument is there, conclusion is there. Coming to the yes better. Now go for the next section. Now the next section is there. Introduction is there. Then the legal citations are there. Etc. Conclusion is there. Then the yes, please. This is asking for the. If you'd like to continue with the next section, he is asking with me. How he's trained. This is called feedback loop. Feedback loop means now he's asking. Please let me know if you would like to continue with the next section. I say just yes. Now my prompting is reduces. Earlier is too long, then experimental. First is experimental basis, then the feedback base, and now I'm getting the result with the just a single yes and no. Certainly, there's the third section is there. Again, yes, because he said me that with the next section, yes, I said yes. Certainly, here is the section. This is called how we can use ChatGPT. But the problem is how many case laws are there. This is finding the case law when we are into, when we start the practice and we are not, we are new into the practice, or we are just, not know little bit about the, drafting part and all those things. This is very, very much helpful for us in this, because that finding the correct judgment is too difficult. Correct? You can go with there is so many website and you will check it out. Yes, there is also an option, but yes, you can get from this also. What ChatGPT and these things do, they provide you the basic guideline, and they provide sometimes this is very unique thing, which is you don't imagine that I can do this also. So this is very important part. This is real world example. We use this in the one of our case. So this is real example of the prompting, and hope you will understand the power of the prompting and understand the things. You can generate the PPTs also from this. I will share that also if you want to see. This is the VBA code for the PowerPoint additional use case. So I will just concluding with this. For example, I want to create a slide of 8 slides presentation of AI. To create the VBA script for PowerPoint that generates 8 slides presentation on AI, covering introduction, importance, use case, and the other aspects. No problem. Just to create a VBA script of PowerPoint, Control C, and we have to go again to and it will just put your prompt here, Control V, and enter. And what you will get? You will get all the 8 slides one by one. It is automatically generate the data. It automatically generate the topics. Automatically generate the required things, and you can see the generation of the PPT. You want to just copy this. Go to the PowerPoint. In the PowerPoint, I will just create a new file here. In the file, there is a developer tool. In the developer tool, there is a Visual Basic. In the Visual Basic, insert a module and paste your data here and run. So might be after some time you will get there is a error, right? So there is some error here because I did not mention the seamless process. No problem. So, but you can easily generate if you have something. There's the message AI successfully. You can change out there and just mention for the PPT also. that you can change my prompt, and this is make it errorless. It will automatically give you a prompt which is errorless, because might be we are opening with the slide and we are generating a new slide. There is a problem because this module is related to all the files. When we go with the VBA, it's not for the one file. It apply on the Excel also. Okay, so when we have to shut down this file and then we go with the new file, it will automatically generate, no problem. So this is the issue with this because in the code itself it's mentioned create a new PowerPoint application. So there is no new PowerPoint application because it's already opened. So when you, because you don't know about the VBA code, so no problem. If you know about this, so you can easily edit this. But there is no required to learn all these things. But you can just automate your task and just try it, hit a try it. When you experiment with this, this is very easy to get the knowledge. And when you start using, you will get so many things and you will learn. It is like a, it's like your friend. Well, I usually use the Chat GPT, and for sometimes very small tasks also, because when we use this, there is some, he will provide me some insights which is not in my mind at the time. So I experience very much different. Uh, I learned too much from this also, because they have too much data. Matlab, this database not uh, related to India, is not related to one locality or geography. The data is the big data. They, if you mention the context also, I am from India and I am asking for this. I am not mentioned that I am from India and I need a CA logo. It's generated, still is generated this avatar, and this is like I just mentioned CA logo. It's you can see this is the batch is like this logo. This logo's alphabet is not proper, but this is logo's alphabet is proper. So this is like how he use this AI. So thing is you can generate the things, you can apply your wisdom also, because it is not replacing you, it is assisting you, it is helping you. But if you don't want to learn it, I think this is not advisable, because we have to learn, because we cannot say that you can see there are so many past experience. We have Kodak, we have Nokia, we have so many experiences. And in our profession, this is very unique concept, because I already as I already mentioned that input is very important. Now the input is correcting. When we go with the GST, now GST is doing a tremendous job. Matlab they are, what they are doing, they are going with the e-invoicing. There's no need of accounting. The purchases, sales, everything is now accounting is, when accounting is less, then there are so many checklists are there, and there are so many checks on the accounting software also. They told that maintain the audit trail, right? We are this is compulsion for maintaining a audit trail. So these are compulsions are there, or these are uh, in future also. In future you will get so many type of these type of the things. So we have to be accurate, we have to be documented. We cannot go here and there, like sometimes we are not, we took things casually, but it's not possible now. So go with proper this is not a time taking thing. Don't waste your time into these things which computer can do. So learn and experience. Do when you do, you will experience the things. I just share in this time what time provided to me. I just shared the glimpse of the AI, and I think I will show you the actual example and try to explain the things. What about the machine learning, deep learning, and all these things? The second session is there. Manish sir will explain you what all the things, because he's a technical guy from this field. I just told you that the what is the prompting, how we use the prompt, and how we can generate the. I want also show you one thing, if there is or not. I think no, there is not. That prompt is not here, because yesterday we also generated one prompt about the CSR policy. So this is also done by this. Right now it's deleted from here, but yes, there is also a code, like I will show you the code also. I generated a code because there is a, when we earlier, when I was around 2012 around, I generated an invoice on the Excel, and I want to convert my currency into the word. There is a in figure amount and in word amount. In figure amount, there is mentioned the in figure amount, but the in word amount, there is no formula into the Excel, right? So at that time, I go onto GitHub. GitHub is a website where you will get the code. I will get the VBA code from there and apply and completed my task, right? But now, some days back, I use this because somebody asked me to regenerate the code. So this is the convert to Indian currency. There is a code for the conversion. So this is the code you can easily use into the Excel. There is a function. When we start with the function, it's not sub, it's function. Function means you can go and click equals to and write convert and you will get your function. And by value as double, you can put a number in the point as double means at least double digit is there. You mention your amount. For example, you have 5,45,000. It will convert it into the word. So this is the code we generated on the ChatGPT and put into the VBA. And this is a very nice thing is there. He's explaining how you can use this code. This is press Alt F11 on open VB editor, insert a module, copy the paste to the above code in the module, close the VB editor. Then now use how to use this code, this function, convert to Indian currency. Function is the Excel workbook like the other function. Example convert is showing the example also and the cell number A1. For example, in the A1 you mentioned 2,45,000. So on the in the cell equals to convert Indian currency and A1 reference, and you will get your currency into the word. So this is earlier I use the GitHub and all for my, because I am not a coder. I don't know how to code, but it doesn't mean when one more thing I want to say. We are not here to learn the coding. We are not here to learn the AI. We are here to learn how to use AI. If you are a user of AI, this is sufficient. Prompting, we can learn. So communication is very important in the prompting. You use proper communication, it will generate the result. So user, if you become a user, this is also good. No need to learn machine learning, no need to learn AI, deep learning and the data science. Go with the data analysis. In the data analysis, there is no requirement of the coding. Go with the data analysis. Go with the Power BI. Okay, these are the untapped field, and the CAs are less into these, and we are more capable than others. But somehow I don't know. Might be I'm also wrong. Somehow we are when we go about when we talk about tech, there is we are not techie and how we can easily do things. Just we have to just prepare ourselves. This is not too tough. If I can do, everyone can do. So this is all about from my side. Thanks everyone for the patience listening, and I hope I will deliver and you will get something from this session. Thank you, Amrit.
Thank you, sir, for helping us to understand AI. So now moving on with the last session of today's webinar. This will be taken by Dr. Manish Kumar Srivastava, who is the Additional General Manager of IT in NTPC. He has a rich 25 years of experience in the domain of AI, GRC, telecom infrastructure, and cybersecurity and forensic. He has also written 2 books for ICAI and published 20 papers and articles in journal. Over to you, sir.
Are you getting my voice?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think video has not been started. Okay.
Yes.
Are you getting my screen now?
Your screen is visible.
So, thanks, Ms. Kaur, and thanks, Rohit. That was a valuable session that I was listening to it, and yeah. Uh, there's a lot of time when I used to take the classes of ICI and interact with a lot of CAs. There's a lot of requests being forwarded to me to tell about how actually the artificial intelligence system works and how data and maybe the machine learning and all these process there people want to have an insight of it, and yeah, along with how finance executive or finance um, uh, people or auditors can gain the benefit of it. So yeah, there's a presentation, and we'll go through step by step, and uh, we'll see. Yeah, and if any specific query from your side, you may please uh, uh, raise your hands, and through moderator you can ask any questions that. Yeah, my video is coming, or
No, sir, your video is not coming.
okay, let me. But I'm sharing my video. Anything related to the administrator that, yeah, I'm unmuting it, but no, camera is on. Yep. Yeah. Are you getting the video now? Okay. So, um, so this is my introduction. Um, uh, whatever the basic qualifications I have, and there's a lot of diversified area from fraud forensic to cybersecurity, and this is all recently. I've been also the part of ISO committee who drafted the standard to 27,000 um, 27050 for forensic. Now, the today's learning objective is something like to understand the AI/ML process and usefulness for the finance executive and auditors. So, um, this is all about to understand the process and how it will be used. We will take some cases of finance where I have been involved directly or indirectly through all most of the cases. We got some what technicalities people want from us, and we have provided. We will mask the information who it was, and but yeah, we will give you some examples. So agenda will be like this. We will go through AI history. Most of the people maybe because I have been involved for the last 25 years with all this, and being part of the lot of committees for artificial intelligence in my organization as well as in India. So we'll go through with the process and AI history, ABC of AI. Then we'll go to machine learning, need of AI, process steps of an AI process, AI in financial audit or in finance sector, and conclusion. See, one thing that I want to mention here is that uh, as Rohit already had mentioned that for a finance executive, you does not require to understand most of that thing. But there's a one thing where the process, because in my organization, a lot of finance executives are involved in ERP and in the process of data analytics and uh, uh, algorithms design. So they have to provide a lot of data to the system and modeling. When we do the modeling, we ask finance executives to get involved with us, and we train them for approximately some 15 days or 20 days to make them understand what actually we want from them, and so that we can make proper model, mathematical model or AI model for their requirement. So we'll go through that, and I will. It's very easy, and I will tell you how. There's no technical part into it, no development part in, but yeah, it's a process. So I had made this presentation very simple so that everybody can go along with it. So AI हिस्ट्री है. सबसे पहले एक बार AI हिस्ट्री देख
Sir,
लेते हैं.
sorry to interrupt you, sir. Actually, Chairman sir has joined the webinar.
Okay.
Yes. So he will give his opening remarks. He will give his remarks
Yeah,
for this.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
No, sir, please finish. I'm there. When you finish, I'll come. Sure.
No, नंदा जी आप कंटिन्यू करिए.
नहीं, प्लीज आप अभी बोल लीजिए जब आप खत्म हो करेंगे. हाउ मेनी टाइम डू वांट टू एंड? कितना समय लगेगा आपको?
नहीं, मेरा तो अभी शुरू हुआ है. मैं इसीलिए कह रहा था कि एक अच्छा
ओके
रहेगा.
ओके.
या प्लीज. या नंदा जी, ओवर टू यू प्लीज.
Sir, you have to remove the screen for a minute. So very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry I was in a meeting. I intruded late. My best wishes for this webinar. Please go ahead. I don't want to stand between you and the learned speaker. Please go ahead. Wishing you great success. Let us all understand technology and go forward for creating value and worth, not only for our stakeholders or clients, but for the regulators and government as well. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Amriti, please take it forward. I'm done.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Manish, sir, you can continue.
Yeah, are you getting my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So पहले ये हिस्ट्री देखते हैं. मैं आपको थोड़ा सा इसके बारे में बताना चाहूंगा कि बहुत सारे मैं इंडिया के एग्जांपल से बताता हूँ कि हमने कंप्यूटर्स में जब प्राइम मिनिस्टर राजीव गांधी ने कंप्यूटर्स देखे तो लोगों ने बोला कि जॉब चली जाएंगी. और उस समय जो टाइपिस्ट थे या जो नॉन यूजर थे उनको बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता था कि यहाँ पे कंप्यूटर्स आ रहे हैं. तो बड़ा मुश्किल था कन्विंस कराना लोगों को. बट अल्टीमेटली जब कंप्यूटर्स का इंडक्शन हुआ इंडिया में तो आप देखेंगे कि बहुत सारी जॉब क्रिएट हो गई. और मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, बट आप नंबर ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस जो खुल रहे हैं आप उसी से पता कर सकते हैं कि कंप्यूटर ने कितना एक पैराडाइम शिफ्ट किया है. और मैं आपको एग्जांपल बताता हूँ कि कोई भी नई चीज आती है तो बहुत रेजिस्टेंस होता है. बहुत सारे जो यूजर्स हैं उनको लगता है कि वो अपने को 10th या 12th क्लास के साथ को रिलेट करना शुरू कर देते हैं कि ये तो साइंस है, मैथ है. या अब मेरे साथ भी वही प्रॉब्लम है कि 20-22 साल हो गए आईसीआई के साथ जुड़े हुए, लेकिन मैं अपनी भी रिटर्न नहीं भर पाता हूँ तो मुझे बहुत घबराहट होती है. बट इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि हम सीखेंगे नहीं. तो है. और हिस्ट्री में हमेशा देखा गया है कि जैसे कोई नई चीज आती है, कोई नया इंडक्शन होता है तो हमें टाइम लगता है. बट यस, हमें चीजों को कुछ चैलेंजेस होते हैं. वी विल डिस्कस द चैलेंजेस, कैसे चैलेंजेस आए, कैसे ओवरकम हुए. तो 1956 में जो पहली बार किसी ने आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का नाम दिया, जॉन मैकार्थी साहब ने. तो एक कॉन्फ्रेंस थी और उस कॉन्फ्रेंस में ही वाज द लास्ट स्पीकर एक्चुअली में, और बहुत कम टाइम बचा था. बट इन्होंने एक कंप्यूटर की एक ऐसी दुनिया लोगों को दिखाई कि उसके बाद हॉलीवुड में कम से कम 50 पिक्चरें बनी 1956 के बाद. साईफाई की मूवीज शुरू हो गई. तो इनको साईफाई की मूवीज के लिए भी जाना जाता है, जॉन मैकार्थी साहब को. और इन्होंने ही पहली बार दुनिया को आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस नाम से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया. और बड़ा एक बस था उस पीरियड में. और जितने भी लिटरेचर हमने पढ़े अपने इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में, और अपने उस डेज में तो जो भी हमें लिटरेचर मिलता था, तो उस समय ट्यूरिंग मशीन्स हम पढ़ते थे, तो ट्यूरिंग मशीन्स बेसिक मॉडल होता था। तो उस समय जॉन मैकार्थी का नाम आता था, और कैसे ट्यूरिंग ने उसको फर्दर प्रोसेस किया था। तो ये 1956 से आप चल सकते हैं कि यस, जॉन मैकार्थी वाज द फर्स्ट पर्सन हु कॉइन्ड दिस टर्म। फिर 4 साल के अंदर आप देखिए कैसे एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ होती है, कि 4 साल के अंदर मतलब जिसने टर्म कॉइन की वो तो चलो एक बात थी, लेकिन जनरल मोटर्स ने पहला रोबोट जो है दुनिया को दिखाया। उसका काम बस वही था कि वो एक स्क्रू को वो टाइट करता था, और पर्टिकुलर एक डायमेंशन के स्क्रू को ही लगा पाता था। बट यस, ये था, और जनरल मोटर्स ने ये दुनिया को दिखाया कि भाई रोबोटिक्स पे काम किया जा सकता है, और ये होगा। 61 के अंदर पहला चैटबॉट आ गया, एलिजा इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ, और काफी इसने बज क्रिएट किया, और कई सारे स्टार्टअप्स को अमेरिका में और इजराइल में स्पेशली आया। और लेकिन जो बाजी मारी वो स्वीडन और नॉर्वे ने मारी, क्योंकि आ, ये लोग चैट बॉट पे बहुत पीछे रह गए। बट या नॉर्वे और स्वीडन ने इसमें काफी काम किया। 1987 तक आते आते आप देखेंगे कि फ्रॉड प्रिवेंशन पे पॉलिसी बननी शुरू हुई, कि भाई आप आ, आ, कैसे जो डेबिट कार्ड या क्रेडिट कार्ड से अगर आप फ्रॉड करते हो, तो कैसे हम नई टेक्नोलॉजी को काउंटर करें। और आपके आईसीएआई ने भी मेरे ख्याल से 2018 या 19 में इसके ऊपर कि फ्रॉड को कैसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस से करा जा सके। तो मेरी एक बुक भी है, आप देखेंगे, अर्ली सिग्नल्स फॉर प्रिवेंशन यूजिंग एआई। तो मेरे ख्याल से आज से 5 साल पहले, 6 साल पहले आईसीआई ने काफी पहले ये एआई के ऊपर जो फ्रॉड प्रिवेंशन के ऊपर भी काफी लिटरेचर मतलब डेवलप करना शुरू किया था। यस, आई वाज इन्वॉल्व इनटू इट, और शायद वो बुक अभी है। और अ, उसके बाद आप देखेंगे कि 97 के अंदर आते आते आईबीएम ने जो अपना पहला डीप ब्लू कंप्यूटर बनाया, जो कि पूरा टोटली आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के ऊपर था। और गैरी कास्परोव को उसने चेस में हरा दिया। ये मतलब डिसाइसिव मोमेंट था दुनिया के लिए, कि उस समय गैरी कास्परोव जो चेस प्लेयर थे, वो काफी दिनों से अनडिफीटेड चल रहे थे। तो आप, अगर आप लोगों को आइडिया नहीं, तो उस समय केवल 3 ही चेस प्लेयर काफी फेमस होते थे, गैरी कास्परोव, गैरी कार्पोव और मिखाइल ताल। ये 3 चेस प्लेयर थे जिनकी तूती बोलती थी दुनिया में। और गैरी कास्परोव ऐसे व्यक्ति थे कि जो उस समय चैंपियन थे 1997 में। और जो चैंपियन को डीप ब्लू कंप्यूटर के सामने बिठाया गया कि भाई इस कंप्यूटर को आप चेस खेलो। और गैरी कास्परोव मेरे ख्याल से 19th या 20th मूव में हार गए उससे। तो बड़ा डिसाइसिव मोमेंट था, और दुनिया स्टन थी। और इसी मोमेंट ने, अगर आप टोटली 2 मोमेंट देखोगे, तो 1960 में जनरल मोटर्स का रोबोट बनाना, और 97 में 37 ईयर्स के बाद डीप ब्लू कंप्यूटर का गैरी कास्परोव को चेस में हरा देना वाज अ डिसाइसिव मोमेंट। और उसके बाद फिर गूगल ने अपने बहुत सारी चीजें डेवलप की 2000 में, तो एक मार्केट जो थी वो एकदम से ओपन हो गई। बट अगर आप पूरे में देखोगे कि कौन से 2 मोमेंट थे, तो 1960 या 1997 बहुत सारी चीजें थी जो मतलब निकल के आई। और अ, ये जो चीजें थी, मतलब ये थोड़ा सा जो था, इसने दुनिया को मतलब आगे किया। और जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस था, ये एकदम कमर्शलाइज हो गया। अभी तो क्या था कि चेस ने एक चेस की गेम बना दी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की, और आपने गैरी कास्परोव को हरा दिया, छोटा रोबोट बना दिया। बट गूगल वॉज द फर्स्ट कंपनी, एंड जिसने इसको टोटली कमर्शलाइज किया, और इसके बाद काफी सारी चीजें हैं, वी विल गो थ्रू वन बाय वन। और कैसे, मतलब अब आपका भी क्वेश्चन उठेगा कि जब 1956 में हो चुका था और 60 में रोबोट बन गया था, तो उस समय क्यों नहीं डेवलपमेंट हुई इतनी? ये आज अप्रोक्सीमेटली 60 इयर्स के बाद क्यों इतना बज है? तो ये भी देखेंगे कि वाई उस समय डेवलपमेंट क्यों नहीं हुआ और अब क्यों हो रहा है। क्या रीजन थे जो उस समय नहीं हुआ और जो अब हो रहा है? अब उसमें मैं अगर अगर कोई है कि भाई 60 इयर्स या 40 इयर्स के बाद चीजें क्यों हो रही हैं, तो उसके भी रीजंस हैं, एंड वी विल गो थ्रू इट। तो ये जो टर्म्स थी कि हम जॉन मैकार्थी ने क्या कहा, और बाद में जो डेफिनेशंस थी वो कैसे चीजें आती गई। तो अब देखेंगे, ये जो जितना भी आपने देखा आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का, जो मैंने आपको हिस्ट्री बताया, ये 3 पार्ट में है। एक आर्टिफिशियल जिसे हम नैरो इंटेलिजेंस कहते हैं, एक आर्टिफिशियल जनरल इंटेलिजेंस कहते हैं, एक आर्टिफिशियल सुपर इंटेलिजेंस कहते हैं। नैरो जो है कि वो एक काम कर सकता है, जैसे चेस की गेम बना दी तो चेस ही खेलेगा बैठ के और कुछ नहीं कर सकता है। उसको कहो कि अब पानी भर के लाना है या एक फाइनेंस के डेटा को ऑडिट करना है, तो वो जो चेस की गेम है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को यूज करके वो नहीं कर सकती, उसको वो ही काम करना है बस। तो दैट्स कॉल्ड नैरो इंटेलिजेंस। तो एक है कि जनरल इंटेलिजेंस, जो कि एक पर्टिकुलर फील्ड के लिए है, मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर फील्ड के लिए है जिसमें फाइनेंस को ऑडिट करना है, तो फाइनेंस से रिलेटेड जितनी भी चीजें हैं, स्टॉक मार्केट से रिलेटेड जितनी भी चीजें हैं, उस पे जाना है। एक है सुपर इंटेलिजेंस है, जो कि प्रिडिक्शन की तरफ जाता है, जो बता देता है कि भाई आप अगर ऐसा कर रहे हो तो ऐसा होगा। तो ये तीनों स्टेज आप देखोगे कि 60 इयर्स में जो भी अपने 1956 से अभी 2010-12 तक देखा कि इवॉल्वमेंट होती रही, इवॉल्व चीजें होती रही, वो इन्हीं 3 पार्ट में आप डिवाइड कर सकते हो। तो एक ने रोबो बना दिया, एक ने चेस गेम बना दिया, एंड देन उसके बाद जनरल इंटेलिजेंस आया, अभी सुपर इंटेलिजेंस चल रहा है। रोहित जी ने आपको चैट जीपीटी, जो कि एक जेनरेटिव इंटेलिजेंस है, जेनरेटिव एल्गोरिथम है, कि वो जनरेट करता है चीजें। आपने देखा उन्होंने डैब का कैसे एक मैन वुमन में जनरेट कराया, तो जेनरेटिव एल्गोरिथम्स भी आ गई जो कि चैट जीपीटी के नाम से है। तो वो सुपर इंटेलिजेंस वगैरह की चीजें हैं। तो ये आप देखोगे तो ये 3 पार्ट में ही मतलब जो है आपका इवोल्यूशन हुआ है। तो ये कुछ फेमस चीजें हुई जो अभी भी हैं। गूगल का सर्च इंजन है, आप कुछ टाइप करते हो तो आपसे पहले आपको सजेस्टिव चीजें बताने लग जाता है। फिर जेपी मॉर्गन का चेस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इंटेलिजेंस सिस्टम है, जिसने लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट कैसे एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बनाना है, तो वो आप उसने बना के दिखाया कि मतलब इससे बढ़िया लीगल डॉक्यूमेंट कुछ नहीं हो सकता। गूगल का डुप्लेक्स असिस्टेंट है, अमेजन की एलेक्सा है, नेटफ्लिक्स का मूवी सजेशन है, टेस्ला की ड्राइवरलेस कार है, आईबीएम का वॉटसन हेल्थ केयर का है। आईबीएम के वॉटसन का मैं आपको ये बता दूं एक इनका इवोल्यूशन का, कि जब आईबीएम का वॉटसन बन के तैयार हुआ हेल्थ केयर के लिए, तो बहुत सारे लोगों ने बड़ा मजाक बनाया इसका कि भाई इससे एक डॉक्टर को थोड़ी ना रिप्लेस करेगा। तो एक दिन आईबीएम ने भी नाराज होकर बोला कि ठीक है, आप एक पेशेंट का, जिसको आपने कहा हो कि ठीक है ये पेशेंट, उसका आप डेटा हमें दे दीजिए, हम बता देंगे क्या है। तो एक डॉक्टर था जो जिसको हल्का सा बुखार हुआ था बीच में, तो उसने कहा लो मेरा ही डेटा ले लो आप। और उसको उसके डेटा को, एंड दे वर मेकिंग ए फन ऑफ इट, तो उसमें डाला गया वाटसन के उसमें, तो पता चला कि इस डॉक्टर को जो अभी जुकाम हुआ था या बीमार हुआ था, ये कैंसर की तरफ लीड्स कर रहा है। तो सबकी एकदम से हंसी गायब हो गई, और उस रिपोर्ट को बड़ी सीरियसली लिया गया, और जब डायग्नोस किया गया, रीडायग्नोस किया गया, तो पता चला यस इट इज। तो ये बड़ी फेमस स्टोरी है, और बड़ा इसके बाद ये व्हाट्सएप बड़ा फेमस भी हुआ है, तो हेल्थ केयर में काफी यूज हो रहा है। और टेक्नोलॉजी ने बताया कि यस, जो चीज हम नहीं देख पा रहे हैं, जिसका इंसाइट हमें नहीं मिल पा रहा है, एक बेयर माइंड से या बेयर आई से हम नहीं देख पा रहे हैं, वो टेक्नोलॉजी अब बियॉन्ड जो हमारी कैपेबिलिटीज है ब्रेन की, या हमारे आई साइट की, या हमारे विजडम की, उससे भी आगे जाके कर सकती है। सो या टेस्ला की जो ड्राइवरलेस कार है, जो कि न्यूरल नेटवर्क पे और डीप लर्निंग पे चलती है, आपने भी देखा होगा कि वो बियॉन्ड इमेजिनेशन है। So these are the some famous artificial intelligence applications where people are using it, and uh, uh, उसमें मतलब काफी एक अच्छा कंट्रीब्यूशन है। तो अब हमारे पास दो टर्म होती हैं, कि हम कहते हैं आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और एक कहते हैं मशीन लर्निंग। तो दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस है? मतलब कई बार ये क्वेश्चन उठता है कि भाई मैं मशीन लर्निंग को क्या समझता हूँ और मैं आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को क्या समझता हूँ। तो अगर मैं एक प्रोफेशनल हूँ, मैं एक लॉयर हूँ, या मैं एक इंजीनियर हूँ, या चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हूँ, मैं कोई भी हूँ, मुझे एक्चुअल में बड़ा क्लैरिटी से पता होना चाहिए कि जिस मैं जो कर रहा हूँ, या जो मेरे सामने टूल पड़ा है, उसकी मोडेलिटी क्या है, वो कैसे ऑपरेट कर रहा है, वो क्या है, तो हमें उसको सीखने में और उसको करने में बड़ा मजा आता है। तो मशीन लर्निंग क्या है और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस क्या है? तो मैं आपको बताता चलूं कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस जो है वो एक बड़ी टर्म है, और मशीन लर्निंग जो है उसका पार्ट है। लेकिन जब हम काम करना शुरू करते हैं तो मशीन लर्निंग पहले शुरू होता है। आर्टिफिशियल जब बन के मशीन लर्निंग से कोई चीज, एक होता है कि हम किसी बच्चे को कोई चीज सिखाते हैं, जैसे कि अगर आप सीए हैं, लेकिन आपकी मदर ने एबीसीडी आपको चलना सिखाया, आपको एबीसीडी सिखाई, आपके टीचर्स, आप नर्सरी क्लास में थे फिर फर्स्ट में गए, ये आपकी मशीन लर्निंग है। सीए जो बने वो इंटेलिजेंस है आपकी, वो लास्ट में जाके डेवलप हुई, फाइनल जो डेवलप प्रोडक्ट आया वो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है। लेकिन मशीन लर्निंग जो है वो सारे बेबी स्टेप्स हैं। जब तक मशीन लर्निंग नहीं होगी, आप भूल जाइए कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस उस टर्म में आएगा भी। तो लर्निंग नाम ही उसके नाम में ही है कि पहले आप नर्सरी टू ट्वेल्थ एंड देन कॉलेज एंड देन इंस्टीट्यूट सब पढ़ोगे। वंस यू गॉट द डिग्री यू बिकम द इंटेलिजेंस पर्सन एज पर सर्टिफिकेट होल्डर, या सर्टिफिकेशन या डिग्री होल्डर आप बन जाएंगे। तो holding the degree is the artificial intelligence, and learning those skills and skill set is the learning, machine learning. So same है यहाँ पे भी। तो आप देखेंगे जो है कि मशीन लर्निंग जो है इज यूज्ड इन आर्टिफिशियल एज ए मेथड थ्रू व्हिच वन कैन फीड रिलेवेंट डेटा टू मशीन एंड मेक इट लर्न एंड मेक डिसीजन। तो मशीन जिसको हम जो चीज बनाना चाहते हैं, उस मशीन को पहले हम सिखाते हैं। उस मशीन को जैसे हम सर्कस में देखते हैं कि वो एक टाइगर को सर्कस में लाते हैं, या एक एलिफेंट को सर्कस में लाते हैं, और उसको है कि उसको हम कुछ एक्टिविटी करने को कहते हैं, तो जो भी रिंग मास्टर होता है वो सिखाता है पहले, बिफोर कि उसको सर्कस में लेकर आए। ईयर्स और मंथ्स की ट्रेनिंग होती है। तो सेम चीज है कि मशीन को, कंप्यूटर को पहले सिखाया जाता है उसको। जैसे कि आपने उसको सिखाना है कि भाई फाइनेंस का डेटा है, डेबिट ऐसे है तो क्रेडिट ऐसे है, ये टेबल के इस पार जो लिखा है वो ये है, और इस पार जो लिखा है वो ऐसे है, तो ऐसे ही उस सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू बताया जाता है कि ये चीज ये है। तो मशीन लर्निंग जो है उसको ट्रेन करना है हम। तो दूसरा है कि जो आप सुनते हैं नाम की डीप लर्निंग है, एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम है, न्यूरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग, नेचुरल लैंग्वेज प्रोसेसिंग है, न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स है, इमेज रिकॉग्निशन है। सो दीज आर ऑल टाइप ऑफ लर्निंग, क्या लर्न करा रहे हैं उसे हम। सो दीज आर द थिंग्स। होप इट इज क्लियर व्हाट इज मशीन लर्निंग। एंड सो देखेंगे कि मशीन लर्निंग जो कॉन्सेप्ट था 50s में आया। और अब जो क्वेश्चन है कि जब मशीन लर्निंग इतने दिन 1950s में थी, तो 70 साल लग गए आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा कि जब लर्निंग थी, आपको हमें सबको पता था, जॉन मैकार्थी ने बताया और रोबो भी बन गया, तो क्या दिक्कत थी कि 70 साल के बाद जाके चीजें प्रोडक्ट निकल निकल के आ रहे हैं, पहले क्यों नहीं आ रहे थे प्रोडक्ट। फिर दूसरा देखेंगे कि चैलेंज जो था वो कि भाई हम क्यों नहीं डेवलप कर पाए उस समय, क्या कांस्टेंट रहे होंगे, और ऐसा क्या हो रहा है कि अब 2008 के बाद हम एक के बाद एक नई नई लैंग्वेजेस आ रही हैं। रोहित जी ने भी डेमो दिखाया चैट जीपीटी का। तो ये चैट जीपीटी 90s में क्यों नहीं आया, 80s में क्यों नहीं आया, जबकि कोई भी आपने टेक्नोलॉजी की एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ देखी है कि जिस दिन उसका कॉन्सेप्ट आता है टेक्नोलॉजी का, विद इन 2 ईयर 3 ईयर के अंदर बड़े बड़े प्रोडक्ट आने शुरू हो जाते हैं। और जैसा अभी आपने प्रीवियस प्रेजेंटेशन में सुना कि टेक्नोलॉजी में कोई बैक गियर नहीं होता, बट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में इतना टाइम क्यों लगा, 70 साल क्यों लग गए। तो कुछ रीजन थे। तो जो रीजन थे वो ये थे, आप देखेंगे बहुत सारे रीजन है। क्योंकि जब आप मशीन को लर्न करा रहे हैं या मशीन चल, अब वो लर्न करके फिर वो काम करेगी, तो उसके लिए बहुत हाई कंप्यूटिंग डिवाइस चाहिए। उस जमाने में हाई कंप्यूटिंग डिवाइस नहीं होते थे, सुपर कंप्यूटर्स नहीं होते थे, कंप्यूटर्स नहीं होते थे, जो सीपीयू की पावर थी बहुत ज्यादा नहीं होती थी। फिर वही है कि क्रिकेट खेलना है तो वो किचन में तो नहीं खेल सकते हैं। तो ऐसे ही मशीन को जब लर्न कराना है तो बहुत सारे डेटा की जरूरत पड़ती है। मशीन को बहुत सारे डेटा पे ट्रेन कराया जाता है। हमारी तो क्लासें मतलब 12-15 साल की होती हैं कि हम नर्सरी से लेकर केजी एंड देन 12th क्लास, फिर उसके बाद कॉलेज जाते हैं। मशीन को बहुत सारा डेटा चाहिए होता है। हमारे मुश्किल से सीए में 20 पेपर या 40 पेपर हो सकते हैं, इनको बहुत सारे पेपर देने पड़ते हैं। जब मशीन लर्न करती है तो उसको बहुत सारा डेटा फीड कराना पड़ता है, वॉल्यूम ऑफ डेटा फीड कराना पड़ता है उसको सिखाने के लिए। तो उतना डेटा भी नहीं होता था उस जमाने में। जनरेट बहुत सारे लोग, बहुत कम कंप्यूटर होते थे, बहुत कम काम होता था। एल्गोरिथम जो होती थी उस समय सी सी होती थी, फोर्ट्रॉन होती थी, बाद में जावा आ गई। लेकिन उतनी अच्छी जो एल्गोरिथम्स थी वो नहीं थी। फिर डेवलपर नहीं थे इंडिया में ही। मैंने बताया कि 1986 87 87 88 में जब राजीव गांधी प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे तो कंप्यूटर आए। तो आप यही समझ लीजिए। और जब मैं इंजीनियरिंग कर रहा था तो हमें असेंबली लैंग्वेज प्रोग्राम सिखाया जाता था। एम्बेडेड प्रोग्रामिंग हमने पहले सीखी और हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज बाद में सीखी। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा रीजन था। और दूसरे नंबर की बात है कि कोई कंपनी रिसर्च नहीं करना चाहती थी इसके ऊपर। सबको लगता था ये साईफाई मूवी की तरह बातें कर रहे हैं लोग। अभी जैसे आपने देखा है कि मार्स पे जाने की बात हो रही है, ट्रेवलिंग करनी है मार्स पे, तो लोग मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं। और टेस्ला का ओनर कह भी रहा है कि मैं मार्स पे लोगों को लेके जाऊंगा, लेकिन आप देख रहे हैं कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट करने को तैयार नहीं है उसके ऊपर। बहुत कम इन्वेस्टर हैं। लेकिन हो सकता है कि 2050 तक बहुत सारे इन्वेस्टर मिल जाएं। तो सेम उस समय भी जैसा अभी मार्स पे जाने वाले व्हीकल्स के साथ हो रहा है, तो वैसे ही अभी उस समय एआई के साथ हो रहा था कि लोग इसको मजाक समझते थे कि ये सपने देखने वाली बात है। देन जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो कमिटमेंट्स थी, जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस चाहती थी कि भाई ऐसा हो, तो क्लाइंट को है कि जैसे अब मान लीजिए अर्न्स्ट एंड यंग है या एनटीपीसी है, वो इन्वेस्ट नहीं करते थे कि भाई उनको लगता था अभी कोई चीज मैच्योर तो है नहीं, जब हो जाएगा तो हम भी कर लेंगे। तो नोबडी वांटेड टू बिकम द लीडर, एवरीबडी वांटेड टू बिकम द फॉलोअर। तो ये चीजें होती थी। तो होप कि ये रीजंस आपको जो चैलेंजेस रहे होंगे कि कभी कभी टेक्नोलॉजी का आइडिया बहुत पहले आ जाता है, बट हमारे रिसोर्सेज, जो हमारे अगल बगल का इन्वायरमेंट होता है वो उतना शानदार नहीं होता, वो हमें इनकरेज नहीं करता कि हम वो कर सकें। बट हाँ, लोग अपने उस अवेलेबल रिसोर्सेज के साथ कुछ कुछ अपना करते रहते हैं। बट रीजन उतने सारे जो है, ये बहुत सारे रीजन है, स्पेशली जो आप टॉप 3 रीजंस देख रहे हैं, हाई कंप्यूटिंग पावर, वॉल्यूम ऑफ डेटा एंड एफिशिएंट एल्गोरिथम, यस, ये थोड़ा चैलेंज है। तो उस समय चैलेंज था, बट अब तो अब आपके या मेरे लैपटॉप पे ही हम बहुत सारी, अभी आपने देखा ही कि रोहित जी ने अपने लैपटॉप पे उसको चला के दिखा भी दिया कि यस, ये चैट जीपीटी में रन करा सकता हूँ। पहले ये पॉसिबल नहीं था। 80-90 के आसपास ये चीज पॉसिबल नहीं थी कि हम ये कर सकते हैं। तो होप कि ये जो लिमिटेशंस हैं ये क्लैरिटी से आई होंगी। देन ये देखिए कि आपको समझ में आ जाएगा कि एआई इज अ मेथोडोलॉजी इन विच वन कैन मेक मशीन मिमिक द बिहेवियर ऑफ ह्यूमन बींग्स, कि मुझे सिखाना पड़ेगा मशीन को, दिस इज मशीन लर्निंग। तो ये है कि इसमें आप देखेंगे कि मशीन लर्निंग जो है वो आपको सिखा रहे हैं, एंड या इट्स फनी बट यस इट इज देयर। जब ये जो भी रॉबीज हैं ये ट्रेंड हो जाएंगे, देन इट दे बिकम द आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सिस्टम्स, बट राइट नाउ दे आर लर्निंग। तो जब भी हम मशीन को लर्न कराते हैं तो जनरली मशीन लर्निंग में जितनी भी आप एल्गोरिथम सुनेंगे दुनिया में, वो टोटली ये चार टाइप की चीजें हैं, मतलब चार चीजों पर डिपेंडेंट है। या तो हम सुपरवाइज लर्निंग कराते हैं, बार बार उसे एक कैट की फोटो दिखाते हैं मशीन को और कहते हैं कि हाँ भाई ये कैट है। उसको फिर डॉग की फोटो दिखाते हैं, कहते हैं कि भाई जब ऐसा दिखे तो समझो डॉग है। और एक ह्यूमन की फोटो दिखाते हैं तो फिर कहते हैं कि ये ह्यूमन है। तो वो क्या करता है कि डिफरेंशिएट कर लेता है बिटवीन द डॉग, कैट एंड ह्यूमन बीइंग में। तो ये उसको पकड़ पकड़ के चीजें दिखा दिखा के बताते हैं कि हाँ अगर आप ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर देखने को मिले तो वो ये है, और ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर देखने को मिले तो ये है। अगर इस तरीके का स्ट्रक्चर हो तो रिवर है, और इस तरीके का स्ट्रक्चर हो तो माउंटेन है। सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट सुपरवाइज्ड काइंड की लर्निंग। जो आप ये लर्निंग देख रहे हैं, इनको बताया जा रहा है कि ये अगर ऐसे होगा तो, मतलब फनी उसमें है बट यस, उनको बताया जाएगा कि अगर ये ग्रीन कलर का बोर्ड लगा है तो ये इसको बोर्ड कहेंगे, चेयर पड़ी है तो ये चेयर है। और उसके बाद सडनली, तो जब हम उनको फोटो में दिखा दिखा के बता रहे होते हैं कि ये है, या उसके उसमें उनको मशीन को बार बार बता रहे होते हैं कि इसका मतलब ये है, तो जिस डेटा से दिखा रहे होते हैं, उन जिन फोटोओं को देख के मशीन सीख रही होती है, उसको ट्रेनिंग डेटा कहते हैं, कि ट्रेनिंग डेटा से पहले मशीन को सिखाया जाता है। तो अगर सुपरवाइज बिल्कुल उसको उंगली पकड़ के सिखा रहे हैं कि हाँ भाई ये है, और ये है, ये डॉग है तो ये है, अगर ये सिंबल होगा तो ये आईसीआई है, और अगर ये सिंबल होगा तो ये इंजीनियर है, और अगर ये है किसी के पीछे एलएलबी लिखा होगा तो वो लॉयर है, सीए लिखा होगा किसी के नाम के पहले सीए लिखा होगा तो चार्ट अकाउंटेंट है, सो एंड सो फोर्थ। सेमी सुपरवाइज्ड है कि जिसमें उसको बताते हैं, मशीन को बताते हैं कि भाई फोटो नहीं दिखा रहे हैं बट हम आपको कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन बता रहे हैं, लाइक कि अगर उसकी एक टेल है और मुंह पे मूछें बनी हुई हैं, और वो ऐसे उसके पंजे बड़े बड़े हैं तो वो कैट है। और अगर वो बाग कर रहा है, उसकी टेल है और ऐसे है तो वो डॉग है। उसमें फोटो नहीं दिखाया, उसको थोड़ी चीजें बताई कि अगर ये ट्रेट्स हैं, ये फीचर्स हैं, ये बिहेवियर है तो वो ये है, और अगर ऐसा बिहेवियर है तो वो है। दैट्स कॉल्ड सेमी सुपरवाइज्ड। जो अनदर कैटेगरी है वो अनसुपरवाइज्ड की है। अनसुपरवाइज्ड में क्या है कि उसको कुछ नहीं बता रहे हैं, उसको कह रहे हैं कि आप खुद सीखो। न्यूरल नेटवर्क्स में जैसे है कि उसको बता भी नहीं रहे कि हम भाई आप ये है, उसको मशीन को कह रहे हैं कि हमने आपको पानी में छोड़ दिया है, नाउ यू लर्न, और तो आप सीखो। तो वो मशीन क्या करती है, पैटर्न ढूंढना शुरू कर देती है कि भाई ये पैटर्न है, इसमें ये डेटा ऐसे हो रहा है तो ये पैटर्न है, और ये ऐसे हो रहा है तो ये पैटर्न है। तो जो अभी हमने देखा आईबीएम के वाटसन ने, उसने कैंसर डिटेक्ट करके बता दिया, और उसने बता दिया कि भाई इसके ब्लड में इतनी सेल्स हैं और ऐसे है। या अ, जो टेस्ला की कार है उसको बता दिया कि ये मैप दे दिया है, और आप गाड़ी चलाओ बट टक्कर नहीं होनी चाहिए, जब टक्कर होगी तो आपको कोलिजन से पहले 2 सेकंड पहले उस इमेज को अगर ऐसे है तो ये होगा, अदरवाइज आप खुद ही करो। एंड देन नेक्स्ट है रीइंफोर्समेंट। रीइंफोर्समेंट में क्या है कि एक लर्निंग मैंने सीखी, अब इस लर्निंग से मैं दूसरी लर्निंग सीखूंगा, क्लास की प्रोग्रेस होनी है मेरी। मैंने 10th का बोर्ड का एक पेपर दे दिया, अब मुझे 12th में जाना है। अब चाहे मैं सुपरवाइज, सेमी सुपरवाइज, अनसुपरवाइज कहीं से भी कुछ भी सीख के आऊं, मुझे अगला खुद स्टेप फॉलो करना है। मुझे बेबी स्टेप, ये तीनों का अगर बेबी स्टेप है तो रीइंफोर्समेंट है। तो कौन सी एल्गोरिथम मैं यूज करूंगा, कैसे यूज करूंगा? अब कहा जाता है कि आपने 10th तक तो पढ़ाई की है, अब आगे का आप इसको
Uh,
जी।
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Can the rest of the session be taken in English? Because few of the participants are finding it
Okay,
difficult.
okay, no problem.
Thank
I
you.
thought maybe mix. Okay, now, so there are the four machine learning algorithm that you have seen it. Now, need of AI, why I need this kind of system, and why I required artificial intelligence uh, to be there in my system and all. So number one, the devices, kind of diversified devices that has been inducted into the IT infrastructure. Now, if you see your own organization, there's a lot of industry 4.0 has been evolved, computers, different type of computers, cloud, IoT devices get generated. Now, huge auditing data being generated from the organizations. Now, in year 2000, the total audit data generated was some 1 petabyte uh, to the Asia Pacific region. Now, approximately some 250 GB petabyte data is there in generated by the auditing firms. Pharmaceutical hospitals, there's a huge data are there. You just cannot imagine what kind of a data is being generated into the cloud and all. Now, the most difficult part is when you have that kind of data generated in your organization, you are just sitting in on the bunch of the papers, and you are not able to uh, uh, go through all these papers. It's very difficult to get the insight uh, uh, by a human being to get the insight of the data. So when data is huge, as a human being, it is beyond the limitation, beyond the capability of our mind, capability of our wisdom, and capability of eyesight to process that kind of a data. So you need some system like AI to handle it. So through this structure, we can see we have a tons of data. Now, if somebody asks us to go through this tons of data to analyze it, process it, and then give us some useful information from it, we will not be able to do. Yeah, but if we put these tons of data to the AI system, it immediately give you the result, give you the insight, it do the regression analysis, correlation, it give you the correlation of the data, whatever you will fill how this organization is, where this organization moving in 2028, and what future of it. It will start giving you the insights. But the same data given to a human being, it's very difficult. So this is the first thing, that need of handling such kind of data is required, the AI system. Now the process, there's now, if I show you the diagram first, that will be the more important. Yeah. So in this process, we can see the training data. First, we give the training data, whatever, suppose you are a chartered accountant and you want to train a machine based on your requirement, and you want that AI should give me the result of this type. So first you have to make the machine learn. Whatever the data you have to provide it to the computer and make it learn by you will tell the technical jargons of your auditing, like what are the regulatory compliances when you check, what are the checklist you have when you check the regulatory compliances, what are the checklists for statutory compliances. You give each and every information of to the computer, and when it get learned, then you check with some data. if it give you some result, if that result is okay, then you made it okay. Otherwise, you ask to get it trained again. Once it gets finalized, it start giving you the results. So whatever the data that you put, it will simply provide you the predictions. So we'll start with it. What is your objective? What kind of data you want? You want to get the prediction of regulatory compliances or statutory compliances. What are the deliverables that you want? Whatever the objective you have, then you start collect the data and give it to the machine. Machine will start learning it, and once it get learned, you start putting into the start drawing the inferences. So it is there when you how you prepare the data, whatever the duplication of data is there. If you remove those data, at then how you explore the data. Then once machine get learned, it make a model, and then you evaluate the model, and the machine start giving you the predictions. So there's one flow that I want to tell you. Being as a chartered accountant, uh, the beauty about the profession that I like the most when the data come from a finance executive is very object in data within a very objective in very it is an objectivity of like when you get the regulatory kind of compliances to be checked, it is all data is there for regulatory compliances. There is no mismatch other than like you have some device from multiple IoT devices or cloud data. There's a huge difference in data that totally deviated from the objective. Then second was that the collection of the data. Whatever the data that a finance executive provide is what is called authentic data. Why? Because it is being audited data. So people trust that data. And whenever we ask for have the number of sources, suppose 10 sources are there to provide the kind of a data, we always get very authentic data from all the sources. So, but if you take the data from sources like a cloud from one cloud to the another cloud, you have to check the authenticity of the data. You have to ask the customer to certify it, and you have to check through the from which means it has came to you. Like it is they have sent the mail or FTP or you have downloaded from the cloud, but in any case, the finance data is always have been very clear and very authentic. And once it has been said, it is audited data, so people use it. And whenever a financial stuff is there, in your case, the data is always authentic and from the source as well. So most of the data that we have received from a finance executive is always being the digital signed and certified by the concerned auditors. So yeah. So number one is the objective, that what kind of data that you want to explore, and the second is the collection. So whatever the data is, it's to be there with a very authentic and through a genuine source. Now the next is the preparation. Now, if you recall that when we were make the machine learning and training data was to be provided, if duplication of data would be there, it is very difficult to get the machine trained because machine will not get trained with the same kind of data as to be provided. So data cleansing process to be there, and once you collect the data, then the next step is that you have to prepare the data. Now, even if you have a finance data, you have to prepare. You cannot make the machine learn through data from a same customer. So if the machine is get learned, you have to prepare maybe some tens of data you can provide for the same customer, but you cannot say it is only the customer that we need to provide to the data. You at least some a 10 to 50 customers data need to be there. But if you give the same kind of a customer or same type of machine data to the machine learning, it will not help. Next is the data exploration. Now, if you go to the data exploration, what kind of pattern that we want, what type of correlation. Suppose with the finance, in most of the organization who are a finance sector and who are with having who used to check their balance sheets and all, or stock market, or some firms who are providing the consultancy to the finance consultancy to the customer. They explore the data. They want exploration of data more than more than any data who are very in the organization who are a very monotonous operation, like power sector or oil sector. So what kind of data exploration we want depending upon the organization where who had asked for it. So there's a variety of exploration. Yeah, the useful insight from the data depending upon the what kind of organization we are and for what kind of customer we are providing it. So there's a lot of insight that you can draw from the variety of through it. But one thing is important: it should predict. It should predict, and it should drive you to some useful information from the exploration. Without insight, without prediction, is useless. Now, the model preparation that I already stated that once you provide the training data, machine get learned, and then machine will start giving. If you are satisfied, then you made it machine model is okay. If you're not, then you ask the machine to get. Let me go through that. Yeah, if you agree, then you check the prediction. If you found it's not, then you ask the test again, and machine get it trained again. And finally, when you said okay, then it check with the final model with some test data, and if the prediction is done, then you made the model successful and you start predicting the data. So once model preparation, model evaluation is done, you find that the model is useful. Then there is a one parameter called tuning or cross validation method. See, in finance sector, it is more important. Like, you check the accuracy, and you find that this is after auditing some 7 or 8 customer through that software, you suddenly find that the results everybody is getting passed through this software. Then you can check with the cross validation data. Suddenly you change the customer, or suppose you are checking with the PSU data, and suddenly now you check with some other kind of a organization, and you can validate the data through some cross data. So that will help you to make the model finally get evaluated. There is a one incident that I remember is cross validation. We finalized the model, and suddenly we found that the concerned department had given us the feedback that it is very one type of data that we are receiving. So we cross-validated with some other department's data, because model had made, suppose in the finance only, we were getting the book section data. And once we continuously checking with the book people said, see, they are getting it, we are getting the same kind of a thing through this. So what we did is we checked with the finance commercial data, who they are also keeping the books, and they are also keeping their customers data to whom they had billed. And so we checked with those cross function data, and we found that there is a small deviation, and we tuned it, and you become the useful for both the departments. So yeah, so you can model can be evaluated with a same kind of a data, but with a cross functionality. You can always make it tuned and make it useful. And the last is the prediction. I just mentioned any machine, any artificial intelligence system without prediction is useless. So when an auditor is using it without prediction, no use for him unless the software provides the predictions, good predictions, and insights, especially for the data. So one prediction that I remember is fraud that there in you must heard about the SEBI fraud, where the director who was involved in a fraud of SEBI, and no artificial intelligence system was there. Co-location, if you search the Google and you found that co-locations system where the customers were given a rack space into the SEBI data center, and they get login immediately rather than some other um, uh, customer, and they were getting making good money from that co-location due to the co-location. And there was no artificial intelligence, no nobody, only the humans who were checking it. And they came to it later on after some 6 months or 7 months that these only the customer who are get benefited from due to this co-location of their system in the data center. So if artificial intelligence would have been there, they this fraud could not be happened, because immediately it may predict that these people are getting more benefits than the anybody else. So now I don't know, but SEBI had implemented. There's a lot of controls over there, and things was there. Yes, I remember it. And another case that I remember uh, where fraud was happened, and the same person was making the device. Sorry. Vendor code for the vendor, and same person was making the payment, and he was also making the entry of the net banking details of the vendor. So in place of it, he made his own father's bank account number over there, and the money which has been transferred to the vendor, some part of it going to the other's account, but there was no system, no check was there. And ultimately, when the organization add AI into all these things, and uh, uh, the system 90 to 95% of the cases has been the bank. There's a bank guarantees has been there for a lot of people, and when you take the loan, and you have seen there's a lot of frauds has been happened, and people are running here and there. Now there was no check and balance when you take the loan, and who is taking the loan, and paperwork are there. Now the banks are also moving towards making the system on ERP, and controlling the entries with artificial intelligence process. See, the problem with the financial sector is that there's a mundane jobs, like who will make the entry onto the ERP system, and most of the loans were given onto the papers only. You fill up some forms, hard paper forms, and on the hard paper, and you sign it, and then the paper get processed. Nobody has seen, no transparency is there. Some paper are skipped, and some paper are available. So when you put on a computerized system with artificial intelligence um, is there, you just cannot make the entry, because either system will halt, or there is a control onto the system, which is the control itself is controlled by the some artificial intelligence algorithms, which not allow you to make that. Suppose after 5 you cannot make the entry, after the bank time you cannot do these things, you cannot do the transactions after 14 hours, that I have seen through the banking system and all. So there's a lot of checks has been done, and most of the banks are moving towards paper to paperless, with but not only the paperless, but paperless with artificial intelligence system intact with the integrated with that ERP system. So whatever the 7 steps that we saw, they are not very simple, and one have to understand being as a banking sector employee or a chartered accountant, and each, because you do the audit, you go to the banks and you do the audit, you can always ask uh, that what kind of controls that has been placed, which artificial intelligence system is being used. I give you the example. There is a one artificial intelligence algorithm was installed in a bank where you remember when you fill up the form, it automatically come with the older data which has been entered into the same column. So they requested to remove this kind of things, that no earlier entry should be there in the those columns and those rows. If new entry is there, there's a no suggestion should be there. Even to no suggestion, there is a AI process to make that happen. So I remember one finance sector had asked to remove. Uh, uh, they want to train, not one time trained. They ask to train the machine frequently after 1 year. They say the machine learning which has been done 1 year, or suppose 2021, will be no use of in 23. So they ask to upgrade the artificial intelligence software itself. So after 2 years, they ask you do the machine learning again and make the machine new. So that it means that all the Robies machines asked to come into the class again, get the thing learned, and then go to the back to the operation. So these process, sometimes customer ask for many times that yes, this learning have to be there, and this kind of features, this kind of predictability, this kind of operation we want from the system. So this is the process. If anybody want to ask the question on this process, and so yeah, Amriti, agar if somebody is having a question on this.
Not exactly on the process,
Yeah.
but am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, not on the process, but one of the question has been raised, like how deadly can the use of AI be?
Okay. How deadly?
Yes,
Now, it is a positive note they ask, because deadly word is for the positive reference, or is it a negative reference?
I think it should cover both.
Okay. Now, let's from the positive part. See, uh, as per the example of SEBI that I have given you, it was that the lacking most of the controls that we applied into the financial sectors. See, there's two variation. People ask do the computerization, and most of the things are get computerized. And earlier, most of the things were on papers. So whether you are on a paper or you are on the computerized, always the chance of human errors. Now, to check the human errors, machine errors, and process errors, you must have AI. So if you ask AI deadly, how deadly it is there for a positive, because three errors are there in the system. Whatever the system, whether you be a lawyer or you are an engineer or you are a chartered accountant, three types of error are there. If you are doing things manually, there's a human error or human bias. If you are doing through machines, machine error is also there. Machine get rebooted, and we saw the example of SEBI when co-location being there. If you search to Google, you will get the complete detail of it. They gave the rack space in their data center to the customer, and customer get the benefited from that. The machine abuse or machine errors were there. And third is the process. The process was made such that the errors to be there. So in all scenario, if these three things are possible, then AI need to be there as to counter all these errors.
Okay.
Now, how one can abuse AI through this process? Yeah, if you can see that the screen is opened here, if you wrongly train the data, wrongly train the machine, then yeah, it will give you the wrong results. And mm, uh, there is one example of it when a bug was in Iran's that um, uh, you might have heard the news of Iran's nuclear program was sabotaged by the Israel and Americans here. The
Yes.
wrong algorithm was provided to the SCADA system. SCADA means supervisory control and data acquisition system, where the computer controlled the whole operation of the. Uh, Israel does not want to have to make the Iran's nuclear make the Iran's power plant successful, this nuclear power plant successful. So they provided the bug, and that bug has been given to some engineer who was used to come for the rectification of the computers and all, and he knowingly or unknowingly he introduced the bug into the computer, and their SCADA algorithm get updated, wrongly get updated. So there was a one command that where the coolant system was there. So when the water cooled to some minus 100 or some 150 degree, the algorithm asked, a malicious algorithm asked coolant not to stop it, but increased to 200, minus 200. And ultimately the whole system get blast. So yeah. So if you
Okay.
provide train the machine with the wrong data, it becomes deadly. So cybersecurity, when if you go through my paper in ICI ABCD of the technology, where I had mentioned this example, artificial A for artificial intelligence, B for blockchain, and C for the cybersecurity, and D data analytics. I think 2018 publication is there, where these four are ABCD are correlated to each other. Now, this example of this, if you want to protect your AI system, you have a cybersecurity to play in place within the system. Now, if in the whole system, if there's no security is there, and if the person who is providing the training data is a malicious person, or malicious insider, or the person who is checking the prediction, if he wrongly predict that yeah, the algorithm is okay, so that wrong algorithm reaches to the computer as a very no bias. The machines are not biased machines. It is the data that you provide to them is biased. So yeah.
Right.
So deadly in these cases, one can say. Anything extra that we can discuss?
No, no further questions.
Okay. So now we come to the AI in finance, though most of the examples I have already mentioned. Now we come to some examples that I have gone through and where I have been involved directly or indirectly. The most important is most of the chartered accountants wants patterns in the database. So yeah, when you want, so I think everybody would align with me that if you valuable pattern in a large database, you need well-trained machines, well-tested machines. When you get the good machines, you get the large database, valuable patterns. So regression analysis, correlation, and supervised algorithm give you better result with if you train them for large data set and good data set. In finance sector, for all other kind of patterns, like for computers, for IoT devices, for uh, uh, some other artifacts, you won't require so much of data. But for two sectors like finance and healthcare, you need very large database for if you want very good patterns. And these two sectors only provide big data, whether the audit firms, whether it be a SEBI, whether it be a bank, or whether it be a hospital, they provide you the large data which can be used in a training data and test data, where you can train the machine well. Suppose as it is simple, if some student study for 2 hours, will not get the will may get the good result compared to the person who is studying for 8 hours or something like that. uh, so if you provide more data to the learning process, the machine become good, model become very successful, and good predictions be there. So in our engineering, like people used to say, if you study 2 hours, you will not get the admission in engineering. If you study for 8 hours, you will get the IIT or BITS Pilani or something like that. So the same apply to the no, I don't want to go into the discussion where one can say some student can learn for 2 hours, study 2 hours, and some people for 8 hours would not get the same result. Yeah, that's okay, but for the human being, it's okay, but for the machine, it's an artifact. You need to provide more data for good results. Then real-time predictive analysis, as SEBI, whether it be a SEBI or stock market. So analytics is required. So I hope that you understand the analysis and analytics. Analysis is on offline data, where our data has already been accumulated, and now you are researching on that data. You are using it as a training data to the machine learning. But analytics is like real data. You are trained the machine on the analysis data, and now predicting the analytics based on the real-time data. Now, inside of organizational finance. So here you can see financial behavior of the organization. Most of the organization, I know 80% or 90% of the organization, including bank, consulting firms, law firms, using this kind of data to get the financial behavior of the organization, where our organization is going towards. But I used here as a financial behavior, so we are limited to the financial behavior of the organization. What are the ratios used in finance terms and technical jargons of finance? What are the ratios? Where the benefit? What are the balance sheets say? It is all the financial behavior one can predict, and people used as a customer behavior, who is giving us the bill immediately, which discom is giving us immediately payment, which state like NTPC, which state give us the instant payment to us, and yeah, that can be immediately give you the result. And when you have a MOU signed with some other company, you immediately take the financial data of 3 years or 5 years. Like in most of the organization, when we ask for the tender, and we asked to submit 3 year financial data of that company, and then we check how his financial behavior would be. So all these predictions, yeah, the people are using it, and our own finance people are involved into it. So and most of the organization, if you go to the World Bank, Asian Development Bank, or Asian Infrastructure Bank, uh, they're using this kind of financial behavior of the organization, to whom they interact or to whom they help, or uh, uh, even they ask for auditor to do the audit. Like if World Bank has given the audit to World Bank has given the fund to some country, so they ask the auditor of the same country to do the audit. So yeah, it's a if you are trained with the artificial intelligence softwares, or the software who are built in BI or business intelligence or something like that, it's very easy you to get the financial behavior of that organization. Then useful in fraud detection and analysis. If anything, AI is being used as a tool for a finance sector. This is the most important area where a lot of auditor, who have done FAFD or from ICI, or CFE from uh, ACFE, they are using a lot of tools. And if you go to the conferences of this ACFE in area, there's a lot of vendors available who are providing the tool. Even uh, uh, when we wrote this book on early detection of fraud and in banking sector and all, we found that uh, uh, you simply, if somebody is a finance executive or CA knows the 7 steps, these 7 steps, he can understand the fraud, where one can do the fraud. Anything which is less than objectivity, what kind of data being collected, how the data being prepared, even if it's happening for the good, people using it as a bad, they know where to make the thing wrong, and where to make the divert the objectivity. So yeah, so next is the bank investment predictions. When you make the investment, you check the things, how this organization, where this organization moving toward, which direction it is moving. So there's a lot of investment, there's a lot of banks now. I think latest entry is the LIC, who is LIC Finance, also using it. In which sector they have to make the investment. Earlier, through the direction of board, they used to do it, but now other than board, now they also using it as a just, which I know that a lot of investors using it, or bank using it as a investment prediction. So share market trading prediction, one can there's a lot of whatever the software that you're using as a trading, they are all inbuilt with the AI now, and people are using it like most of the things, and uh, it had given the a new edge. Earlier we saw the software without artificial intelligence, and now the software which are used as in a trading is totally different. It's a 180-degree shift. Now, in the audit, which I have experienced through it, through last 20 years, and finally reaching these points, because uh, some more points were there, but I know that they are the more useful points. This the productivity increases. The audit productivity has been increases and very effective now, compared to because people are using ERP system when auditor. I hope that you also get the organization ERP auditor login, and you get a lot of data. Now, if you can use those data provided by the customer to your software or on your installed on your laptop, that will give you a lot of you will get a lot of insight and a lot of mundane jobs that you can trade off. Because instead of going through that data on the system, ERP system of, though you can ask compatibility of that data with your uh, 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 extension of that data to for your software, and you can very easily check. And I remember in the last forum where one of the speaker have shown that how he can uh, take the data from the auditee and took to his laptop and find the useful insight from that. Now the quality. So I hope audit quality. There's a lot of improvement in the audit quality for the last 30 years through from two angles. One, the customer has the ERP installed, and you immediately get the data from the customer's ERP or customer software. And second, the auditor is also very well trained. Now, the auditor which we saw 25 years back or 30 years back, and the auditor now is a huge difference, huge difference, and the quality has improved like anything, because uh, in most of the countries, the Indian auditors have made their mark, because uh, what difference I saw is the literacy about cyber security, artificial intelligence, using tools, software tools by the Indian auditors, financial auditors, is far far better than anybody else. And uh, after a lot of conferences and lot of taking the classes from different areas, which I found is people are well, or Indian financial executives are well ahead of European part or counterpart or American counterpart. There, yeah, it's a huge difference in the quality that I have saw. This is I have just wrote my experiences, so there's nothing like any bookish or thing. So time saving, yeah, we saw when auditor used to come to our organization and some 20 days or some 6 months job, 3 months job there. Now they finish it within 15 days or something like that. And people ask us for the data to provide to the auditor, and sometimes we provide the data from one department to the another department. It's a very easy, because now it's very easy now. Next is a very low cost affair now. Now, low cost not in terms of the auditor, but the low cost in terms of when you running cost when the auditor is in your premises and you are running here and there, man day of executive who are providing, who are interacting with the CA is now become very less. So man day has already been saved. We received a lot of appreciation that after you provide this ERP and this AI system being there, there's a lot of things and there, and compliances have become easy. Resources are less. The when people are like infrastructure wise, man day wise, uh, or resources like a huge furniture set to be installed when some people are running here there and for the thousands of files to be placed in front of auditor. No, not right now. Now you simply give the data, uh, and he can check and call the file once he wanted to have. This is the data discrepancy he is finding in the ERP, and loop is not being loop is still open, and he wanted to complete the loop. Then he can ask for the files and all. So it's there. Then analysis becomes simple. So if you have a past data and auditor want some check the past data, is very simple now, because everything has been digitized, everything being artificial intelligence already giving the predictions. So it become very easy for the auditor to analyze. Suppose I give you with the example, because these 2 points are very important. Suppose you are making a current audit in 2023, and you found that it's very good, but what if you want to see the 10 years back, what the was the same parameter was like this in before 10 years, past 10 years. So what you can do is you can check this data is like this type today, and what happened if it would have been there in the last 10 years, or how it is trending for the last 10 years. So that is very easy now. So you can correlate with 2023 with 2013, 14, 15, or something like that. So most of the auditors are doing this. They check that they are came for the present audit, but they can check with the older data as well. So they find but some very less deviation is there for the last 5, so they can get the behavior of this customer on this audit. So then analytics for the emerging patterns. So as I mentioned, analytics you are doing with the current data, but in your software which is trained with the past data, you can check with how the past is transforming into the present, and how it giving you the insight and predictions. Now the compliance is very easy. You just trained with the compliances driven by the government. You just put it, whether it be a regulatory or statutory, you just give it to the machine. Machine will learn by supervised learning, because there are some sections are there. You just train the sections to the machine. It will give you the result immediately with the compliance or non-compliance immediately. It is like a binary system. Whatever the either it's a compliance or non-compliance. So, or if you trained with the minor NC or high NC, or whatever the parameter you set, it'll give you the result instantly. Then risk assessment. There's a lot of things are there, because when fraud cases where auditor is finding the risk, how that fraud had happened, and what was the control which were missing in the organization. So when the fraud audit is in process, most of the auditor found it very difficult where the loopholes had been created, and how lacunas were there, and how the people had abused the system. Now with the system, artificial intelligence system in place, whether it be a customer side or whether it's from the auditor side, both have a very easy operation in case of risk assessment. There's a lot of software integrated with artificial intelligence that has been placed by the organization to do the risk assessment. I'm talking about the risk assessment, not the risk management. So whatever the risk that one can assess by the organization to fill the gap, or by the auditor to find the loophole. That is very easy with this artificial intelligence placed software available with the auditor, or whether it be a customer auditee. It had made the life very simple. If you had not gone through this risk assessment softwares, or this, you can always check, and you just fill up the process, or the policies or guidelines of that organization, and you find it very immediately how it become very easy for the people, or especially auditors, to do the uh, this risk assessment. I personally request ICI to make this risk assessment in FAFD as well, for within a software or something like that, so that people immediately get, because there we have took a lot of classes of FAFD, and we lot of techniques that we learned some 20 years back with the CFE and all, to tell people how to do the fraud investigations. But now the softwares are available. See, ultimately the human have ultimately have to decide, but there's a lot of mundane jobs to be there, and there's a lot of insights needed from the bulk of data. That is very difficult for the fraud investigator to go through every data and get the correlation between the two papers. So that kind of things would be very easy if one have the audit software with them. Especially this risk assessment software. Risk assessment software does not mean it will do the risk assessment. It will also finding the loopholes if the process is not been um, uh, whatever the laid down process by the organization, somebody have deviated, it definitely tell you. Just configure the process into the software, and it will give you immediately whether these paper are supporting the process or not. So yeah, it's very easy, and some it's like that. Now people just like the question that I have received, whether it be how deadly it is, and it is always useful. It's just like a knife in your hand. Whatever you want, what is up to you, whatever you want to cut. So uh, tools are there, techniques are there, and uh, the kind of finance executive I have seen throughout my career, they are far better than in India, is far better than anybody else. So yeah, this is there. So this is nothing special into it, or artificial intelligence. I have show you, it's a very simple process where you make the machine learn. Once the machine get learn, and why you need AI? Because you have tons of data. You want to have insight into it, so you use it. And once you get the insight, how you train the machine, this is the way that you can train the machine. And why we have not, if I summarize, why we have not being why we have not going through this AI process and all some 6 years back, because these are the limitations. Now there's a no limitation. And there's a one term that I have not mentioned, that skill set. Because I have been involved with the ICI for the last some 23 or 24 years. I found ICI, compared to the other finance executives of Nepal or Myanmar or some other people, you are far ahead of anybody else. If you ask me, and because we have taken the classes of CFE or any other, we found there's a, you guys are far better than anybody else in the other countries. So there's nothing like that. This presentation made it very simple, so that you get the crux. And if it is not the finance executive only do the audits, or doing this working in a finance sector, some finance executive working in other organization, like in NTPC, finance people are there. In Indian Oil, they are the people who get involved to develop this machine. Now if you ask me, who is the person who is checking the prediction, is a finance person. who is providing who is testing the data is a finance person. Can you believe that can a person who's having a Bachelor of Engineering degree can check the prediction? No. It is if the training data is for the finance sector, nobody as a person other than finance sector can check this data. So people who have made the model or machine learning or artificial intelligence, they can make the machine. They cannot check the data. Check has to be done by the finance sector. So when people are already knowing, so if you go through the photographs, the person who are doing all this process, the person who is testing the data, who is checking the prediction, and finally who is getting the predictions, all finance executives. So and that I had already mentioned that it is like people in India, finance executives in India are well skilled, and because I am taking the classes of DSA and FFD, I know how well trained you guys are and how immediately you catch the things and what kind of queries that you have. And I remember taking the classes in the remote areas, even in Yamuna Nagar or some very small places in India where ICI center is there, and people have a fantastic questions, and they know blockchain. I have took in very remote areas, and they are wonderful, and they cope up with all these things. So yeah, with all these things, with a positive note, I conclude this session. And if you go through the conclusion, I hope uh, the AI is the need of the hour for the finance sector and auditors. And I knew that you would definitely uh, understand all these things, and you will definitely update yourself with these kind of things. AI, as I already mentioned, that it helped the auditor from this mundane jobs. He cannot have to search the papers and all. He just put it in the software, because customer also having the computer data, that he can always have that kind of things. Yeah. Insight about the crux of the data immediately, which may help him to draft the report effectively. I remember working with the finance executives. They found it very easy, and one or two person have told me that you can check our report that when artificial intelligence softwares were not there, and after their predictions, they can use the prediction. I knew people have take the photograph of the prediction of the graphs in their reports. I remember I asked them why you have to the report of, because he said it's biasless report, no bias. Computer not giving any kind of a bias when it gives predictions. So yeah, is there. Then and I have already mentioned, fraud and forensic auditor can do better analysis and fact finding. Earlier, with the thousands of papers of predictions, and it was very difficult. People who took some 2 years, I remember some 22 months or 23 months, they are giving the report of their fraud detection and analysis, and put up to the court. When the matter was gone to the court, honorable court has mentioned why so much time is there. Now I remember 2021 or 2020, when the case was put up, within 6 months, the auditor had gave the report thanks to this artificial intelligence predictions and all, where he immediately put the data to his software, and he found some predictions and some lacunas, and he immediately mentioned to the customer that this is the open loops I found. So, and these loops are closed immediately, and some loops are still open. So yeah, it's there. And compliance requirement from statutory body and regulatory being carried by the AI system. Just like I mentioned, there's a lot of compliance, regulatory compliance and statutory compliance, which were left not being attained by the organizations, or by the not being or skipped from the auditor. Now is available within the eyes of the auditor as well as the internal audit team. So these are the points one can conclude from this presentation. And thanks. And if somebody have a question, you may please put up. Yeah, it's Amrit. Miss Amrit, it's over to you now.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. There's one more question and then we'll conclude the
Yeah,
webinar.
yeah.
Okay, so there is one question that how can we prevent crooks from using the same AI to override or defect the system?
Okay. So this is the present. This is the photograph that you can always mention. If anything wrong happened, you can immediately change the training data. If you found that system is behaving maliciously or somebody had made the system poisoned or abused, you immediately change the training data. You immediately change the training data because you can abuse the system by training data. It is on or the person who has checked the prediction. So you replace the team immediately, change the resource, intern inputs, change the people who are involved. And this, yeah, people have already done this. When they found something wrong happened, they immediately see there are three things need to be changed. First, input, change the training data. Second, the person who have checked the predictions, remove the person and ask the another person to come, and that's it.
Okay.
Because this diagram is a bible. Is this I made this diagram because I knew there's a lot of financial frauds and there. So if you understand this diagram, you always uh, have, if somebody wants to have a photograph or somebody wants to have this, you please take it. If any query that you have, either these 7 points, you go through these 7 points, or you go through this diagram, you immediately get the answer. I have made this diagram so simple, though it's a very complex diagram, but I have removed a lot of things from there so that you can understand this diagram. And if you have anything which is related to the historical, why it has not been done and now, why so much sound about today, so this is the presentation. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So this brings us to the end of today's webinar, and I would like to thank the Digital Accounting and Assurance Board as well as Chairman Sir CA Charanjot Singh Nanda for organizing this webinar. Also, special thanks to our speakers CA Rohit Pradhan Sir and Dr. Manish Kumar Shrivastava Sir who took out some time from their busy schedule. And lastly, thanks to all the participants for joining this webinar.